Okay.
too.
Okay,
Like,
Ethan, are you hearing this now?
Continue speaking.
Hey, Ethan. We're troubleshooting still for the stream. Yes. Yes. Are you hearing this at all?
Okay, there is sound. It's just on about a 10-second delay.
After our voice, or after we say it in real life?
After real life.
Okay, that's fine. It's supposed to be on a 10-second delay.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Okay.
It took me a second to confirm that there was actually sound.
Sweet. All right, thank you. Now we are actually underway. So, good evening there, Internet. As I go into my speech again, my name is Andrew. I am one of the 2 channel creators for the YouTube channel Crypt Bunny, which is where we will be doing various tabletop role-playing things and other media content as time goes on, but the centerpiece of that is going to be our Pathfinder campaign with the fearsome adventuring party, Bedlam. This has been a game going on for about 2.5 years, give or take. We enjoy it, and we are wanting to share it with the world so that you may participate in some shred of our joy. We don't know how many of you will be out there because football is happening on the television. I'm sorry, the city of Philadelphia. Alright, so I'm just going to go around. I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves and their character really quick before we dive into our first episode. Any order you guys want.
Hi, my name is Emily.
Hi,
my
Emily.
character's name is Eliseth. She's a wood elf that plays as a ranger and dual classing as an arcane archer. So those of you who are fans of bows, that's me.
Alright, very cool. Alright, I nominate Harley.
So, hi, I'm Harley. I am playing Nexa, who is a half-elf bard and rogue.
Very neat. How about Ethan?
I am Ethan. I'm going to be playing Elrahir, the High Elf Alchemist.
Alright, very cool. And Tasha?
As Andrew just said, I'm Tasha. I play Casita, the tiefling multi-classed monk assassin.
All right, that leaves me. I'm Noah. I am playing Vilcus, a fighter. Pretty much straight up. He's a lichen fighter. He hits things.
He
also
very...
happens to control the Baron, or Thaindom or whatever.
He has become the Jarl.
Yeah, are you like a Baron now, or a Jarl, or
He's
what?
the Jarl of Blackmoor, which is about the same as a Baron.
Why are you the Jarl and not Kazaroth? No offense meant, but...
Kazaroth is the smart one?
She's the smart one, and Vilcus is not on the smart side.
A combination together thing, but I mean, I was the one who was, with and helping the person who's now like second most powerful person in the Empire, not Kazaroth.
Yes, that's true. You helped one of our people who is not here tonight, Sean, who is playing the Hobbit, not Hobbit. What are they called? Halfling. Yep, there you go. He's playing a halfling priest, Carence, who has gone to the capital to be one of the most powerful people in the Enian Empire, which is where our story, for the most part, takes part. And we are also missing the other half of the Crypt Bunny creation team, who is Gabrielle. She is playing the Aasimar gunslinger Triss Sanctum, and she will be joining us later on in the evening. So, I do believe it's high time to tell the world a story. Story way back from the days of fable and legend. The beginning of the 3rd year of the great Empress of Enia, Marilys the Just. 7 heroes find themselves with nothing particular to do. Their initial threat has been saved. The false prince, Drellus, has been exiled. The treacherous General Lucius has been defeated, and their sometime enemy, Admiral Diaz, and his ally Anathema, have disappeared.
Okay, who was Drellis again?
Drellis was Marilis' brother. The one
Oh, we never ran into him, did we?
You never met him in person, but General Lucius was attempting to put him on the throne. Yeah, no, you're good. So after their defeat, though in your downtime you did go about sort of stomping out what was left of the Divide, the criminal order which once ruled the highways and byways of northern Enia. But now you find yourself without anything much to do. So, you went your separate ways. Some of you went north, some of you went south, and some of you stayed right where you ended up. Literally. So we begin with you, Vilcus.
Okay.
Your life is very different from what you thought it was going to be.
I'll say.
Not many months ago, you thought you were going to be a mere footnote to history, some guard on some long-forgotten duty roster moldering in some shoved-aside chest of papers. But
Nice dream.
Nice dream, but now through the events of the last year or so, well, now, looking back, it's been 2.5 years. You are now a chapter in a history book unto yourself, sir. You are a hero. You went from being court-martialed and on death row for a brief period of time to being the Jarl of a moderately sized city. You married your childhood sweetheart. You have 4 beautiful children. And
4?
4, yes, because you adopted Gwarv.
Oh.
They had the triplets and they adopted Gwarv. Your life has been going far better than you ever imagined. So you decided to invite your friends to a feast. A proper feast. A big feast in the Morning Keep, where you hold your court. It was going lovely. You had a wonderful dinner, and you were just going into the next room to discuss the upcoming narrow days. In the middle of October with your friend and local wizard, Kenneth Renray. And just as you and Kenneth Renray have proceeded into the next room and have begun to partake of a little after-dinner wine, you hear an explosion come from your dining room.
Lovely. I'm gonna rush in there.
Vilcus, of course, you immediately, thinking of your guests, you turn tail and you sprint back down the stairs from your office and burst into the dining room. You are met with quite a sight. In the fireplace, where there had been no fire burning before, there's suddenly a fire burning, except there are now sticks scattered all around the room, some of them smoldering, 1 or 2 of them burning your carpet. The fireplace is now cracked. Your wife is slumped out of her chair, lying on the ground. There's a strange humanoid-sized lump in the middle of the carpet that appears to be looking for something. Elry here is holding an unlit bomb in one hand. Eliseth has her bow drawn and is apologizing profusely to Mahishka, who has an arrow harmlessly through a piece of her clothing. And mostly everybody else is just looking dazed and sort of grabbing at weapons or whatever silverware they can get their hands on. And,
okay, where are my children?
They're not in this room.
Good.
And the first thing you do...
Over?
Say that again?
How was Casserole?
She looks like she had slumped out of her chair in like a faint.
So she's unconscious.
She's unconscious, and in the far corner of the room, you see, standing where you had left the maid girl you had hired earlier that week to wait on your family, is a small, wrinkled old man you know best from his cabbage sale trade.
Bird. I'm not good with hiring people to get into stuff. Mahishka.
Mahishka, who decided that you were decided that you were not evil and did not kill you.
I just thought I was hiring a druggie, and then it turned out she was a spy.
technically she was an assassin, but...
So, Vilkas, what do you want to do?
Rush over to Kazaroth.
You rush over to Kazaroth. She is lying on the floor. If you go over to her, she opens her eyes and goes, I didn't put anything in my own food this time. And kind of slumps back against you. Oh. Hello, Vilkas. So good of you to join us. Please, have a seat.
Yeah, in my own hall.
Indeed. And it's so good to see all of you again. It was very good of you to participate in my little game.
You really didn't give us a choice.
Have I seen him in person before?
You have not seen Bertram in person before. You've only heard of Bertram.
I'm lighting the bomb.
He's a dragon over here. It's not going to make much difference.
Put that down.
It's really not that necessary. He's sort of an ally of a sort.
And I think Vilkas would be unhappy if you blew up his dining room.
Yes.
I'm putting out the
I'd be
bomb.
unhappy if you blew us up.
Well, hold on. Game.
What? Wait, was I the lump under the carpet?
You are the lump under the carpet.
Okay. Just wanted to check, because if I wasn't, I wanted to know what it was.
No, because that is where you elected to hid when Bertram sucked you into his battle royale.
Is anyone gonna tell me what the game he's talking about is?
Oh, he
Don't
put us all in an
worry
arena
about
to
it.
kill
People
each
want to
other.
know.
I think the only one who died was
Really?
Eliseth. Sorry about that,
I
Eliseth.
lost! Kazaroth sits up, finally getting her wind.
I would say I didn't mean to kill you, but I did.
I lost. Big time. Ugh.
I'm gonna turn to Bertram. Be like, so you sucked everybody and got them to try and kill each other
That was the plan, yes.
without asking.
I think I asked them if they were enjoying
No, you did not ask.
And
You didn't ask if we wanted to go kill each other.
You see, it
I
was...
made myself very, very clear that I didn't want to kill anyone.
As did
You
I.
did a surprising job of not killing people over here.
And you didn't take me.
Kazaroth puts her paw on your back and just says, honey, I don't think that was the point.
Are you more, out of curiosity, Vilkas, are you more grumpy about not being brought along, or the fact that he abducted us all to make us kill each other?
I'm grumpy about the fact that there's holes in my carpet. I'm angry about the other stuff.
Very well. You see, I have some news for you. And just then, Kenneth Renray enters the room. Oh. Kenneth Renray enters the room and immediately freezes in the doorway.
What?
Who
Did he just get dragon fright?
who is this? Who is this?
That's Bertram, aka Barondir the Dragon. Why?
No, it isn't.
Why?
I have met Lord Berendir, and this is not he.
And who is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Kenneth, you are not yourself. I am.
I immediately draw my
Sense
bow
motive
and
on both
point
of them, please.
Go
I
ahead, make a
pointed
sense motive
to-
check.
At what's his face?
Who are you pointing the arrow at, Alyssa?
Oh god, that's
I'm
awful.
pointing it at who is
I'll also do a sense
Bertram.
motive.
Okay.
Well, I hope you roll better than I did, Harley. That's a total of 17, aka a natural 2.
My computer just needs to reload for a second.
Can I try to sneak out the door?
Go ahead, make a stealth check.
Natural 20! Natural 20!
Over here, you deftly you set down your bomb on the plate. You cover it with your napkin, and so
I snuffed that, by the way. Like, it's not burning anymore.
yes, and you just slowly let yourself slide out of your chair.
Okay, 29% motive.
29% move on whom? Or just overall?
I'll do one at a time. Do that one on what's his face, the guy who just walked in.
Kenneth Renray.
Yeah.
It was a 19 from me.
Okay.
21 on Bertram.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll for the other as well. That's better. 27 on Bertram.
They both seem to be telling the truth.
Andrew,
Yes.
So in the last couple of years, Vilkas has spent a lot of time with this Kenneth Renray.
A good bit of time, yes.
Like, would he trust Kenneth pretty well?
Presumably, he and Kazaroth have kind of been your court wizard by committee.
Okay.
So it's been divided between basically Kazaroth, your wife, who's a magus, and between Kenneth Renray, who's not a particularly high level wizard, but a mid level wizard.
I've worked with enough that I'd trust his judgment.
Probably.
Cool. I'm gonna walk over and grab Bertram by the throat, and tell him, "Look, I don't know what's going on here, but you have a lot of explaining to do."
Let go of me, Vilkas, now. Sit down.
Look, you want to do things and command people around, do it in somebody else's castle, okay? You explain things now, because you're in my house.
I will explain everything if you will just have a seat. Please, Lord Vilkas.
Explain why my wife is unconscious on the floor, and my carpet's on fire, and my wizard's telling me you're fake.
Fine.
You can do that now, before I sit down.
Fine. You hear a snap of a finger, and the form of Bertram, and both the voice of Bertram and the voice of Berendir drop. And you see before yourself a familiar face. A middle-aged-ish man with long flowing hair, a well-trimmed mustache, and wearing very tasteful leather pants. Hello, my friends.
You bastard!
I shoot him.
You shoot him, and it goes right through him.
Right through him, he's an illusion.
Hello, my
Do
friends.
I recognize this person?
You're out the door, buddy.
Oh, didn't you say he slid under the carpet?
Oh no! Well, no. Wait, were you trying to get out the door, Ethan?
I was trying to get just outside the door and kind of like spy.
Oh, okay. So you slip outside the door. You're looking in. Nobody sees you with a natural 20. So you're able to look in, and you don't recognize this man at all.
Nice. Okay.
We probably all look pretty pissed, though.
Everybody in the room looks furious and/or slightly betrayed. Now, I have a matter of great business to discuss, but I will only discuss it with some of you.
Is it your plans to go jump in a hole and die? Because that'd be lovely.
Please, you amuse me, my dear. I would like the elf, the high elf, you, Lord Vilkas, the bard, and the tiefling.
Wait, I'm the high elf.
Yes.
That would be you, yes.
You are.
Ah! He doesn't come on there though. Like I disappeared out the door with a natural 20 stealth before he even showed up.
True, but he was there while you were just
But
eating
he's
dinner.
him. And what, pray tell, would you like these people for?
A matter of grave business which may impact the future of the Empire.
And we should believe you because...
You have no choice other than to believe me.
Wait a minute. We're supposed to believe you, who are currently using an illusion of a guy who's tried to kill us multiple times and is actually a dragon. Just to get that clear.
All right, upon hearing that, I'm booking it. I'm gone.
Very well. I will speak with Lord Vilkas, the tiefling girl. And well, now see that the high elf coward has run and hid. And the bard.
Does he know where I am?
He doesn't know where you are, but you suddenly vanished from the room. I mean, he knew you were in the room for quite a while. I mean, you were there the entire time.
He orchestrated the game. He knows where you are.
What's your problem with everyone else?
Because they are not of the ilk that I wish to use in this particular operation. The Tinkerer?
Can I use my potion of ear scent, by the way?
And what does that do, Ethan?
It rips my ear off my head, and I can send it 30 feet away from me and listen through it.
That sounds painful.
It is
Nothing
painful.
I can
but-
do to stop you.
Okay, I'm using my potion of ear send, and I'm sending my ear like just outside the door so I can listen to this conversation still.
Please tell me we all hear a strangled scream as he pulls his own ears off.
Should I roll like a fortitude save to see if I can prevent that?
Sure.
Is Kazaroth conscious?
Kazaroth is conscious.
Okay. I want to look
19.
at Kazaroth and see what she thinks of this idea.
Okay, what'd you roll, Ethan?
19.
19. You go. "Mm!" Just loud enough for people to hear.
Great. Okay.
Um.
I mean, I am 30 feet away from the door still, though.
Yeah. So you're asking Kazaroth what she thinks.
Well, I'm glancing at Kazaroth and asking yes, but like not saying something.
She's shaking her head back at you.
Okay, not a good plan.
So what if they refuse to go with you?
Then
You're just
I
gonna abduct
refuse.
us again?
No. I will not play such games. But I will withhold the information that you will find most useful. I don't believe that I have met all of you here. He will approach Triss and bow and say, "My name is Admiral Diaz. It is very nice to meet you."
He's an asshole.
And if I am, I am.
Do I recognize the name Admiral Diaz?
Make a history check.
Oh, great, because that's totally something I can do. 6.
6. You don't know this guy from Adam.
Okay. Excellent.
Very well. I will sit here and wait until I may speak to the people that I have requested to speak to.
Well, I guess that's not me, so have a good time, everyone. And I walk out of the room.
Elizabeth, on your way out, you step over an ear.
Who left an ear on the carpet? How gross.
I mean, it flies, so I would imagine it would actually be at the ceiling.
Okay, there's
but-
a hovering ear.
The walls have ears.
The walls.
Honestly, after the other campaign and the wallpaper monster, that's not even funny anymore.
No, it isn't. With an angry look, Triss goes, "Right, I'll be going to." Damn. She kind of jams her gun back in its holster and walks out of the room following LSF.
He requested to speak to me, right?
He did.
All right, I'm gonna walk back into the room and grab my ear as I go. Stick my ear back on. Basically,
You're
dispelling
one
the
of
ear
them who requested
suppression.
to talk to you, right?
But was it? Yes, you were one of the people they want to talk to.
Oh,
They
okay.
speak to Lord Vilcus, the Bard, the Tiefling, and the High Elf.
Also, why is Vilcus the only one who gets a name?
Because he's the only one that is nobility. Such as myself.
What?
Oh,
Okay,
Elder here takes an extreme amount of offense to that, but doesn't say anything.
Andrew,
Yes.
You know, I
You
think
can-
that
whispers.
Yes.
Cool.
As you try to slip back into the room, LSF.
No, not in the room. Are they closing the door?
Are they close to the door? Okay, so you put your ear up against the door and you listen, and you listen, and you listen, and you hear nothing. As it turns out, old Jarl Burdock used to like to have rendezvous with his mistresses in this particular dining room, and he intentionally soundproofed the doors and walls to stop Mrs. Jarl Burdock from listening in to such ongoing events.
How
Oh,
utterly
I
convenient.
see, I see. Lovely.
Mahishka has already slipped out of the room unnoticed.
Okay. Vilcus is gonna say, you can, I'll stay and you can talk, but Lady Kazaroth has to stay as well.
Very well, she stays. Kazaroth will smooth off her dress and she will sit down next to you at the head of the table.
She wears dresses now?
It was a formal dinner party. There's still armor underneath. So, why my choice of these?
Yes, you don't know who I am anyway, so why do you want me?
You know, are you sure I can't go just back home and work on my script? I think that would be a great idea. Don't you agree? Can I do a diplomacy check on that one?
My dear, go for it. Make a persuasion check.
Your 5th edition is showing.
You're correct.
Oh.
It'd be diplomacy.
I did not do well on that. Despite the fact that I have a plus 23, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
My dear, your talents are much better suited to saving your empire than...
Really? I don't think so. I think they're better suited to saving myself, and I don't really think this bodes well for my personal health and safety, so...
What do you care about the Empire?
What they care about the Empire is that there are people out to destroy it. Some very powerful mages on the island of Malambard.
Casita looks at Nexa.
Nexa, you would have heard of this place.
Okay. What would I have heard about it?
This is the one, right?
It is the one.
Okay.
Right.
That's not the island.
I'll look back at
Jungle.
What was that, Noah?
Vilcus is gonna be like, that's not the island that's like all jungly and full of cat people, is it?
No, that's Tabacinia.
Tabacinia. Islands. They're unimportant.
Well...
These powerful spellcasters wish to destroy the Empire. They wish to capture it for their own ends. Well, I know we have fought in the past. I do believe that we all love this Empire. Especially you, Lord Vilcus. You have given your whole life in search of protecting it. No?
Mm-hmm.
I have come into contact with their plot in the past. It has recently come to my attention that they intend to make their plans come to fruition, not on their island home, but on the continent itself. And I cannot allow that to happen. I ask for your help. Why? Because Vilcus, you are the Lord of Blackmore. You hold much power. You have riches, land. And you have one of the wisest magic users in Enya at your side. I ask the High Elf because he is a smart man. He is known for being smart. He is a man of science. Goodness only knows how far he could get in this world if he were not wiped out by these evil men of Malambard. I chose the Bard because somebody has to tell our stories. Somebody has to spread the word of our heroism, our attempt to save the Empire.
You want me to sing a song about it?
Many songs, tomes of songs.
Of all the things dragons care about, songs about other people is absolutely the most impressive that one would think of.
Clearly, I'm so important in this plan here. You don't really need me.
Can't I just supply them with potions anyway?
Talent is wasted on the fearful.
You tried dealing with what I did.
What can I tell you? And you, Casita, you are a legend in your own right. I have heard much of you. I have seen you in action.
I'm sorry?
The undercurrents that push their way through the Empire all sometime come flowing through your front door. Think what would happen if that front door were to also be my front door.
You lost
That's
me.
less than clear.
I apologize.
You're trying too hard to be poetic.
My common is a little weak at the moment.
And do it in Draconic.
Please don't. I don't understand that.
No, yeah.
Very well. I will say that all the undercurrents of society come to your front door. Everything that goes down in the deep, dark places of this world somehow finds its way back to you. It could come in a lot of handy if we were to ally.
So, forgive my natural suspicion, but if you needed power and help, why come to me and not one of the more powerful people that I work for?
You work for powerful people, but powerful people cannot always be counted on to do what it takes to protect their power.
Question, DM.
Yes.
I tried to do the whisper thing, but it wasn't working for me. Do I still have the direct mental line to Bertram that I picked up after Rayanoch died?
Oh, you could certainly try that. It doesn't work consistently, but you could try.
Can I give it a shot?
What do we see her doing?
You see Casita close her eyes and try and concentrate.
I'm gonna say, hey, you're not going in her head, are you?
I am doing nothing to her head. She is going into her own head. What do you see in there,
I don't see how it's any of your business.
Casita?
Probably a brain if she's like most other living creatures.
Casita,
I don't know what. Yeah.
you see nothing. You hear nothing. You feel nothing.
Well, I tried.
Berendir is a great dragon, but the wizards of Malambard are stronger than he. You may not like me, but I may be the last chance at saving your empire.
So, do you have any evidence that any of this is real?
Any evidence that the wizards of Malambard are real?
That the Wizards of Malambard are doing things, that this is dangerous, that you know what
I
their
can give you
plans
proof that
are.
they're dangerous.
This isn't a whole lot to work off of. Especially not if we're going to be, risking ourselves or our reputations or our power. On what exactly are we risking this? I haven't.
Nexa and I can both tell you that they're dangerous.
Yeah.
You have heard
There's a lot of dangerous people. That doesn't say anything about what's actually going on.
Well, I certainly know they have the power to manage to summon a Glabrezu roughly 20-odd years ago, so...
Oh, who, what?
My dad. A high-level demon.
I call bull.
On him or me?
Him. Kazaroth stands up. I don't believe you. Nothing can live on Malambard. Nobody lives on Malambard. At least not now. Not after the volcano erupted.
When did the volcano erupt?
About 10 years ago. Nobody lives on Malambard.
Anybody scry?
Certainly not me.
Jazroth can't. I am making you an offer that you cannot refuse.
Oh, I think we can refuse it.
Why can't we refuse it? I'm pretty good at refusing.
Because they are coming.
Cool.
They are coming for you. Lord
Why
Vilkas.
us?
First Taya, then Blackmore, then Carneric, then Fort Porian, then Fort Fearnauer, all the way across the country.
Why are they coming for us first?
Because you are their greatest champions. It was you who saw the Empress crowned. The reason the Empire flourishes. And great Empress Merilis the Just sits upon the throne.
Throw a little more sarcasm, why don't you?
You will know that I supported your brother in the war for the throne. But it was you who defeated me and my allies. I have not forgotten your strength. If you love this empire, then you will join me in stopping these men of Malambard.
What if we don't? What if we don't like the Empire?
Then presumably we wait for them to come to us.
That is an existential question he was not prepared for. What if we don't like the Empire? Presumably, you would wait until they came in the dead of night, killed your innocents while they lay sleeping. Lord Vilkas, you have children, do you not?
Yeah?
Oh, low blow.
If you care for them, if you care for your people, then you will ally with me and see that these madmen of magic will be stopped.
Sense motive, please. Just generally on everything he's saying. Is he trying to manipulate us? Is he just...
Go for it.
Oh, good. Basic math. Sorry, give me a sec. 35.
35. Man, it is hard to tell. Dragons are creatures of great charisma. They're creatures of great ability when it comes to the social, unlike yourself. But you're going back and forth. Some of it sounds real, some of it sounds like he's just trying to play you.
Which parts?
You're noticing that he's not really giving you a ton of answers beyond fear.
Okay.
Okay, look. You seem to have followed my career an awful lot. You know I'm a pretty direct person here. You're going to need to be a little more direct, like I said before, if you're going to want any kind of response. What exactly are you looking for us to do? How exactly do you know this stuff? And why
I will tell you.
You're offering to show that that's real.
A man named Krell approached me after our battle. Now you see, this man made me an offer to join with him and his fellow mages to overthrow the Empire. I hated the Empire much at that time. They had rejected me, they had rejected my prince. But I chose not to engage with these men. They seemed to be men of...
Why?
They were men of weakness. No nobility in them.
You're doing a lot to try and make us afraid. And you're not answering many questions. You're going to have to be a lot more direct and stop using fear as a tactic if you want us to even consider this. If you want to play dirty, we can too.
You were always very clever, Casita.
Flattery won't help either.
Very well, very well. I'll tell you this man Krell, he came to me. He told me that they had the power to summon one of the Dark Lords of the Underworld. From one of the lower planes into the higher planes. I am not familiar with such magical terms as this. I know of magical artifacts and their usage, but not of much casting. His offer intrigued me. But yet I saw dark things that ought not to belong on this plane. I experienced fear too. They were dabbling in powers that man should not be able to dabble in. They wished to unleash them against the Empire.
You said you hated the Empire. When did you stop hating it?
I don't know if I have stopped hating it, but I have started believing in what it could be again. If these men were to exert their will on the Empire, it would be nothing but a husk. The choice is yours.
Tell me this. If we do nothing, what's stopping you from intervening?
I fear I do not have the power to act alone.
You must have friends.
My closest associate is a fellow elf, and she is powerful, but she is not adequate for the task.
Anathema.
Yes, you know of her.
So you want us to help you, but we're not actually getting anything out of it.
You will have saved your
You're
empire.
You're going to have to make concessions.
She's right. Concessions are helpful.
Very well.
Yeah, hot dogs, fun cakes, I love concessions.
The same thing.
All right. Of my hoard, I give you half.
How much is that?
Untold wealth.
Really, I think you can tell us.
Vilkas,
Like, give it a number.
Vilkas,
Price tag.
how much wealth do you suppose is in Blackmore? All of it. All the land. All the resources. All the savings of the people who live here. This house, your treasury.
It's hard to say. I'd have to ask my accountant.
Ask the bean counters.
We do have a census from like 2 years ago where we counted most things. That would give us pretty accurate.
After, you and your cronies destroyed the city.
That is besides the point.
That really
That's
doesn't
not.
help your point here, by the way.
10 times the worth of Blackmore, at least. I have been gathering hordes for many years.
So what's your end game?
What is my end?
What, you get us to help you to take these wizards out, maybe waken us up a bit while you can do what you want? I don't think that you actually have the best interest of this empire at heart. I think this is just a scam to try and get us out of the way. Sure, it might be true. What's Anathema up to right now? What about your other cohorts?
Anathema is back overseeing other investments in my lair.
Yes, I'm
Other
sure you
investments?
simply closed. Former criminal to do that for you.
The shame when bad things happen to good insults.
I forget what I was saying in the middle.
Let me tell you,
Sorry.
Anathema is expendable. But that does not mean she is not valuable.
Hey, does that mean we're expendable?
You are neither. To this empire, you are
Expendable
expendable.
or valuable?
To this empire, you are expendable. To me, you are valuable. If I invest half of my wealth in you, then you are quite valuable to me.
If she's expendable, why don't you throw her death into the deal for us?
Oh.
You,
Oh.
of all people, should know better than to bargain with someone's life with a dragon, my dear.
I know exactly how much people's lives are worth. God, I miss this game. I miss being able to play Casita. I miss being evil.
Fine then. For the party. 300,000 gold pieces. The death of Anathema. What else?
I don't barter with lives.
I do.
I,
Do you know how long she's been a pain in the butt over here?
yes. Does that mean she's unrecoverable?
It means I don't want to deal with her being more powerful than she previously was. And I have no... Honestly, I feel like if we don't deal with her now, there's no chance that he won't use her later on against us.
Okay. You make any deal you want. I have one request. Give us a for lack of a better expression, a writ. Give us your word in physical form.
Preferably magically binding if possible.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Magically binding deal for what?
That if we uphold our ends, you uphold yours.
To be signed in the Temple of Terminus? Yes. The god of contracts.
Wouldn't you have to be here in person to do that?
Do not take me for a fool, tiefling. As soon as I would arrive, you would stab me in the back.
No.
You or Vilkas, no offense, the missus.
She's sitting right there.
I'm not above it.
I know you're not, but still.
I mean, I used to work for him. He's a terrible, 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 terrible person. And everything he tells you is probably a lie.
Yeah, well, he's acting as though he's willing to barter with someone's life. I know he's terrible.
He bartered with mine once.
Oh, okay. He's dead.
I have no doubt we'll come into conflict eventually anyway, don't worry. I think he's more going for the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Is this not
at the
true,
moment,
as the ancient sages have written?
Okay. Tell us this. How long do we have?
I have heard as little as 3 days from now, and as much as a week. As a matter of fact, within the next hour, I believe that a small friend of yours will arrive with some important news.
who?
A very young halfling who keeps the books at an operation you are connected to.
Jesse,
Yes.
you could stop with the crypticness just a little.
It would be convenient.
I honestly think he doesn't know how to talk without talking in riddles. I think it comes with being a dragon.
So,
Frickin' was the same way.
what was your problem with having the other people in our group in with this? Hearing this conversation.
If you may be honest, I believe you are the cleverest and the most reasonable. I have the most reasonable, the cleverest, the most charismatic, and the most powerful.
I'm gonna be honest, I legitimately out of character can't tell who is who and all of that.
You are the you are the most reasonable. Elro here is the smartest. Lord Vilcus is the most powerful. He is a lord. And the bard.
Oh, yeah, she was pretty clear.
The bard is the most charismatic.
Really?
Most
Do
likely
you
to-
not know my name or something?
I'm sorry, I'm not accustomed to speaking to commoners by their first names.
Get used to it.
You heard me.
Get new pants.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what Harley just said.
She said get
I
new
said-
pants.
Get new pants.
I'm sorry, I can't make out what's being said there. Harley,
She said-
your microphone is...
Get new pants!
He has been wearing
okay.
the same pair of pants since... For about 3 years, he's been wearing leather pants.
Alright, that one's going into the,
Do you
And they're
even wash those things?
Frankly, it is none of your business. Back to business. He slams his fist on nothing as he is a hologram.
Really? Now you just look silly.
Let your friends back in the room, Lord Vilcus.
By the way, get new pants is now on the quotes list.
Okay. I mean, he said let our friends back in the room.
Yes, he did.
Okay. I'll open the door. I mean, I didn't kick them out of the room in the first place. It was their own choice. But
To those of you in the hallway, this would be Triss, Mahishka, LSF, and the rest. The door is now open to you.
can I quick brief them on what's been said before they come into the room? Like, while I'm opening the door, can I like?
Certainly, Vilcus, put it in your own words.
All right. So basically, he's told us that we're all gonna die and the Empire's gonna be taken over by evil magicians from a island I've never heard of. But he won't give us proof. But he wants us to work for him, and he's willing to pay a lot of money and get anathema dead. Come on in.
I don't trust him.
That's extremely positive. I also don't trust him.
I don't think any of us trust him.
Good. Well, we're all on the same page.
The new voice is the voice of Triss, ladies and gentlemen, the Asimar Gunslinger. Say hi, Tris.
Hi.
Nice.
Cool.
You could have gone with the stereotypical joke. Hi, Tress.
Hi, DM, how far off is the island?
It is a very long voyage. For those of you who are on Roll20, you can go over here, and you can see your the farthest south port in the Empire is Ilima. Ilima all the way down to Malambard would be a multi-month voyage.
And we're supposed to have somewhere between 3 days and a week to get there.
Not only get there, but do something about
Get there and take care of it.
Essentially. You guys are in Blackmore.
I was gonna just wait for them.
I mean, if they're super powerful wizards, I'm assuming they have a way of getting us close.
Well,
it. I don't take kindly to being bamfed places.
Bamfing might be required if we're gonna go with this one. I don't know. How much were they paying if
Do
they're
we know
paying
for
super
certain
well?
that they're on Malambard?
Can you offer us any proof?
The report by your beloved Miss Wesker will offer all the proof that is needed.
We don't have that yet.
And for that matter, how did you know she'd be coming in about 20 minutes?
Dragons do what dragons will.
Yeah, I'm gonna want a better answer.
Okay, how about an actual reason?
Some things are known to me, some things are not known. I will return to you at lunch tomorrow. Waiting for your answer. Until then.
Two questions.
Yes.
Are you cutting off our communications with Barondir?
I have done no such thing.
Or you're saying the wizards have done it?
I don't know what has happened to Barondir.
And secondly,
able to find him either.
if you want to have, if you're willing to sign a contract in a temple of, was it Terminus?
Indeed.
Terminus, wouldn't you have to be there in person to do it? If someone else signs it for you, it's not you signing.
I could use an associate to sign my name in place.
He's also a dragon. Can't he teleport like Barondir could?
Yes, he said if he came in person, we were going to stab him in the back.
Which
Wait, then he's going to have to learn to trust us if we're supposed to trust him. Kind of a trade-off.
Nudge.
I know.
How much help would you be providing to us?
I would provide with you a ship owned by an ally of mine.
To do a multi-month voyage in a couple days.
We already have a ship.
You see,
That's also true.
I have infiltrated this order of magicians. I believe I can convince them to delay their attack long enough for you to voyage there.
So you're playing both sides. That sounds more like you.
I always play all sides.
So how do we know that you're on the side that we want to be on?
Why would I defeat myself in such a way? Also, can people using Google Hangouts to message please stop? It makes a lot of noise and it echoes big time. So if we could stick to Roll20 for the chat communications, thank you.
And as a note, GM, the people who understand Draconic would know that what I just did went down.
What did you just do?
Yes. Who speaks Draconic besides Kazaroth?
I do.
Okay, so over here
I think I know a little bit.
over here I will let you fill in Casita however you feel free to on what has occurred.
Oh, well, basically I just said to him in Draconic straight up that I'll accept his deal so long as my allies do, and as long as he agrees to sign a magically binding contract. And then I walked out of the room.
Okay.
And everybody that doesn't understand Draconic, you just heard a whole bunch of gibberish, and then I walked out of the room.
I will be back at lunchtime tomorrow to hear whether or not you have accepted my deal. If you accept the deal, I will attempt to delay their attack. If you do not, I don't know what I can do for you. I am terribly sorry. Goodbye, my friends.
We're not your friends.
He winks and disappears.
Good riddance.
And the dress that the fake servant girl was wearing falls into a heap on the floor.
That's creepy.
So wait, was it him who was doing the battle royale?
You don't know.
Okay.
Vilcus, honey. Kazaroth puts her paws on your shoulders. This is the last time you ever hire staff without me. Got it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Alright, everybody sit down. We need to talk about this.
Elra here. He's gone.
Alright.
Come back. We need to chat.
Well, I guess I'll come back into the room.
You come back into the room. As the third time you have left and come back into the room, this time with all your ears attached.
Did this, like, I don't know how magic and scrying works and such, everybody, but is it possible he can listen to any discussions we have?
Probably.
Easily.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, my roommate was talking to me.
Lucas was just asking if he doesn't know much about magic, but is it possible that the Admiral Diaz could be listening to any discussions we have?
Well, I can use a potion to try to find out if he is.
Okay. I could also was wondering, oh, wonderful DM, this castle that was owned by the paranoid guy who didn't want people scrying on him. Does it have any kind of room, place that would be harder for magic to listen to?
You would actually know this. You would know this. You would know that there is there's a room that basically the laboratory that is off of your bedroom does have it has lead in the mortar, which would block the magical state, or so Kazaroth has told you.
Cool. All right, everybody. Follow me.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the servants to clean up that room and see what can be done about the carpet.
Before we walk out, I'm going to drink my potion of arcane sight.
Okay, and what does that do for you?
1 moment. I'm trying to find it in my document.
And I'll also ask whoever is by the door if Chessie Wesker comes, just send her up.
Okay. It makes my eyes glow blue and allows me to see magical auras within 120 feet of me. It's similar to a detect magic spell, but it doesn't require concentration.
Okay, cool. You take it, and immediately you do see that there is a magical aura in the room where you guys are standing right now.
Do I recognize what kind of power it is?
Make a spellcraft check.
Okay, hang on. Working on it. I don't have good spellcraft, but it's okay. That's a 22.
22. This appears to be some sort of scrying magic, yes.
Okay, he's listening to us.
I'm really tempted to say something incredibly unpleasant and know that...
I'm going to just kind of slap my hand over Casita's mouth and just say, don't. He can hear everything we're saying.
No, I was going to start bad-mouthing him.
Can people follow me? Like I was
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, so...
The arcane sight lasts for 12 minutes, so I'm just going to keep watching to see if he continues listening.
As you're going through, you notice that there are different little points of arcane energy matching the aura of the dining room throughout the house. Throughout the keep, as you are led the back way up a winding staircase up to the morning keep is really a rather dreary place. You guys don't spend a ton of time here outside of Vilcus and Kazaroth, who live here. a lot of dark wood, a lot of dark stone. So the route that you're taking is you exit behind the dining room, you go up a staircase, you cross over on a what's the word? Not really a bridge, but sort of a walkway across, basically across up in the highest parts of the throne room. So basically, you'd be looking down on the throne room, and then across over to where the private chambers are held, and then you are shown into a large bedroom with a roaring fire and a crib full of snoring pups.
Got yourself some
here.
nice digs here. I don't actually say that. I'm just.
However, are you relating the magical presences throughout the house?
Oh yeah, everything I see, I tell people. That's just the way that I am.
Would you be able to check everybody else's houses?
Well, Vilkis, do you have any sort of alchemical lab here?
I'm gonna look at Kazaroth.
She says, yes.
Okay, and do you have... I'm sorry, I'm not exactly well stocked on ingredients. Do you have glowshroom dust and some plant fiber that I could use?
Plant fiber, probably.
Basically, I'm asking Kazaroth if she has the materials for me to make a couple more arcane sight potions, because I only had one and it only lasts for 12 minutes.
I can go and look, or I can stay here.
Vilkis, I'm
go
going
look
to allow
after
you
we
to
have
make
the
that
conversation?
decision.
Alright.
I think that's we can deal with that. I mean, it's not an urgent thing. Here, what about the Castle Wizard? Can we send him to go look at ingredients?
Okay, yeah, Kenneth Runray kind of pops out of, like, the back of the party. I can go find ingredients. I can go look in the alchemy lab if you desire me to.
Yeah, can you go check for the ingredients he's asking for?
Right, very well. Glow shrooms and...
I'm just gonna write it out and give him a list.
Thank you. He takes it and he starts running back the way you guys came, as Kazaroth shows you into her her workshop, which is just off of the bedroom.
Me?
All of you.
Okay.
It's not terribly comfortable. There's like 2 chairs and a desk and a table, so there's not a ton of place for you guys to go. It's maybe, you know, an 8x10 room.
Kind of crowded, but it should be safe from scrying, right?
Do I see anything?
You see nothing. The most arcane thing in here is Kazaroth.
Okay, so I don't see any of the scrying magic. Do I know that if we close the door, any scrying magic outside the room will not be able to hear us?
The door is thick and made of stone.
Excellent. Okay, so I think as long as we close the door, we should be safe from scrying. How thick is the door, by the way? Can I get an estimate of that? Okay, give me 1 second. Keep going. I'm trying to figure something out here.
All right. Very well. I believe that we have a matter of some importance to discuss, friends. So, Diaz is back.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's
No way
annoying.
he's not eventually going to turn on us again.
Oh. So it turns out that you need a full foot thick of stone to be able to block magical detection.
Sure.
There's probably lead in the door or something.
Or does Nexa is never mind.
What about me?
Anyone. Just kidding. I forgot that you're a bard and not a druid.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
Oh, well,
Nexa, not Braylon. Mom is not here right now.
Aw.
Aw.
That's more depressing than I thought it would
Harley,
sound.
I
check
know.
your phone in a couple minutes.
I miss Mom.
I miss Momplin.
What did you ask, Harley?
What?
But
I heard someone say something that I thought was Harley.
Nothing. Sasha
Okay.
just needs me to check my phone momentarily.
I can't get the whispering thing to work right now. It doesn't seem to recognize people.
Okay.
So
You might have to refresh the page. Usually it takes a little while for it to catch up.
All right.
So, do we trust him enough to sail south to an island? Or do we want to stay here and risk an invading army? Basically.
Well, okay, essentially, he said in 20 minutes, Chessie would be showing up with some kind of proof. If that doesn't happen, we don't have anything more to go off of. Until that does happen, it's not a question of does he have proof, it's a matter of what do we do with the information he's given us. Not do we work for him. If we're going, it's not because we're working for him, it's because there's things that need doing. At least from my part.
if these are the same people, they do have, unfortunately, strong abilities.
Can you enlighten us?
Momentarily, sorry. Actually, Casita's going to look at Nexa.
Nexa will look back at Casita and nod grudgingly.
Okay, I'm not happy.
So, yeah. Casita?
Yeah, so Nexa's grandfather, one of those guys, and the ones who summoned my father, who, for those of you who don't know, was a high-ranking and dangerous demon in the Love Wars.
In a what?
So, war. It's demons and devils hate each other and are always trying to kill each other, and have been doing that for thousands and thousands of years.
Okay, you just cut out, so I
It's
can hear you.
stupid. Okay.
Yeah, your audio is a little bit
So,
choppy.
I actually, the very little I remember from before the Abyss is probably on that island.
Okay.
Take that as you will.
This is interesting and new.
Do you remember from before this?
A scary old guy living in a network of caves, a little bit about my mother, and some woman who used to take care of me, who Andrew messaged me the details, but I can't remember them all.
I would assume that the old guy would be my grandfather.
He was scary, yeah.
I don't really remember him, but
Charming.
So wait,
GM, do I have any way of contacting Elaine? Like, can I send Nicola to go, like, take her a message?
Not with the door closed, but you could certainly equip in Nicola with a message sent to Elaine.
Okay. So the first chance that I get, I'm going to send Nicola to Elaine with a scroll tied to his leg that basically says, I need you to get together as many materials as you can for healing potions.
Okay, so you equip your little clockwork crow friend,
Raven.
Raven, sorry, with messages that you let him out the door, and as he flutters off to find your esteemed assistant, Elaine, wherever she may be.
Kazaroff, didn't you say the island blew up a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that kind of solve our problem? You said he was probably lying because of that, right?
Well, I mean, go ahead.
Possible these people could have survived the entire island being wiped out?
From my understanding, the arcane activities on Malambard over the course of many years led to an interaction with the plane of fire and the heart of the volcano that makes up the majority of Malambard. It exploded. There was, at one time, a city there. It was abandoned for being cursed. Then the mages came in, and the mages set off the volcano.
Is it possible they set it off intentionally to mask their actions?
I mean, I suppose anything's possible when you're dealing with magic that's powerful, but...
Kaz, Cat,
Yes.
can you say that all again in common?
Many years ago, there was a city on this island. Everybody left or died. Then the bad people came, and the bad people, because they were doing bad things with magic, made the volcano explode.
Got it.
You're welcome.
You two get
Vilkas
more
doesn't have a very high intelligence score, does he?
No.
He's certainly not the most intellectually gifted of the group.
Excellent.
Okay, so I guess the question is, how big of a priority is trying to figure out what happened to Berendir? Because, I mean, if they're lying, Berendir is typically pretty capable of taking care of himself, and honestly, I mean, I'm all for trying to help him out, but knowing Berendir, he's probably capable of, getting himself out of whatever mess he's in, if they're lying.
Huh?
So...
It's been 2 years. Has Concordia returned from her imprisonment in the Plane of Shadow?
She has not.
Okay.
Well, if Concordia's not out, could Concordia... Well, the question, I guess, would be, litmus test, can Concordia get out if Berendir is dead?
Since
I'm just
Berendir...
gonna have to ask here, who is Berendir?
Dragon.
Bertram the Dragon.
Bertram.
Our generally friendly dragon, instead of Admiral Diaz, the dragon who has done his best to have his minions kill us a few times.
Oh, nice. Okay.
2 dudes, 2 dragons.
Yes.
The
Cool.
one who doesn't wear tight leather pants. The one who looks like an old cabbage salesman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so,
We can ask the Doulahan if they've had any contact with him.
that's also a good option. That'd be a Rionot question.
It's been 20 minutes yet.
It's been about that time, actually. And soon you hear outside, you hear a ding, 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 ding.
Come on
and
in,
there's like,
Chessie.
Right! Hi, everybody! I don't know why we're all hiding in Kazaroth's walk-in closet, but I have news.
This counts as a walk-in closet?
I mean, I don't know. Is she walk-in closet here? Never mind. Not important. Right. So, I have some news. It seems as though we found Admiral Diaz.
Yeah.
No.
Been there, done that.
He came to talk to us
Oh.
in illusion
Unfortunately.
form. Where is he?
Illusion, did you have
I
the
was-
actual form?
I was going to say we found him on Isla Mara. Off the
On what?
coast.
Mara?
Isla Mara, off the
What?
coast. You were right, Eliseth. Your hunch was right on.
Good. Wait, what?
Huh?
Wait, pause, what?
You asked me if you could attempt to deduce, or no. Was that you, Tasha?
That was me.
That was you. I'm sorry. There you go. Jessie pivots her entire body. Casita, I mean. Good hunch. Right. So, we know where he is. Do you want to go kill him? I can help.
Kind of.
You might want to stay for this conversation.
Well, he just asked us if we would embark on a mission to take out some wizards on an island that was supposedly destroyed by a volcano, but if they weren't destroyed in a volcano, then there's some really bad juju that they're going to attack the Empire with.
And we
She
have
speaks
proof
common.
that they can do bad stuff.
Okay. Not what I was expecting.
Not what we were expecting either, but
I thought Chessie was supposed to have information that would help us trust Admiral Diaz. I haven't heard any information that would make us trust him.
Well, rumor has it that there is a wizard in the area of some repute. Don't know his name. Don't know where he
good or
is.
bad.
Oh, I don't know. I heard bad. I heard good. I heard a lot of things.
What area did you hear this?
Oh, somewhere down near Taya or further south than that. Was it Lazara? Might have been, might have been at Lazara. Somewhere down one of those towns down by near Trinity Lake.
Well, perhaps we should go investigate that before we make any decisions about Bertram. How far away is that area?
Ways.
Lazara is a good maybe 2-week walk.
Why is it
Not
so
something
far
we can do
away?
before lunch tomorrow.
Okay, so am I? Tell me if I'm on the wrong track or something. But is the fact that there's a really powerful wizard all of a sudden showing up, is that supposed to make us think that it's one of the wizards of Malambard, and that's why we're supposed to trust Diaz, or am I going
Yes.
off the wrong
That
chain?
is exactly what's happening.
That's literally not that's stupid, because we would need to check into that to make sure. That doesn't make me trust him anymore. And also, why all of a sudden does he want to be buddy-buddy? I thought he wanted to kill us multiple times, or at least kill you guys.
He
did.
does want to kill us. He
So,
just kill us after we help him get rid of the wizard.
okay, well, why
Or-
would we help him do that
He
anyway?
could just die in the meantime, and that would make it easier for him.
Yeah, there's no way that this isn't part of a larger plan for him.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, so why are we going to play into it anyway?
Because
what's-
it's possible that he's right and there are wizards that are a problem. So think of it this way. This is a situation where if he plays it right, he can win either way. Either, if he's telling the truth, either we go down and we either leave our cities unprotected for a while we go to deal with the actually true threat of a bunch of wizards who want to come take things over, or they come to us and we still have a giant battle and he can still swoop in the aftermath.
So
He doesn't really lose here.
Yeah. Personally, honestly, I mean, my immediate thought is I'd much rather fight the wizards and deal with them on my own time and with my own resources, rather than also having to watch my back every 2 seconds to make sure I'm not going to get stabbed, and also making sure that I'm not playing myself into Diaz's hands even further. So I'd honestly rather just kill Diaz and get this over with, but
I'm not sure we can.
not
GM.
likely that we can, and also he'll be expecting that.
Yes.
I know I'm sorry for making you follow 2 storylines again, but I would like to step out of the room if I can and start looking for one of those points where he's scrying on us.
Okay, go for it. And I am throwing this there. Would you guys prefer to run a split screen thing? Do you guys think that would
A what
work
now?
better? A split screen thing
Huh?
with Google and Roll20, as in Roll20's on one side for GM whispers and maps, but also to have Google Hangouts on one side.
I mean,
I
I
don't
think I think that's a personal choice for people, because people can do that if they want to or not want to.
Unless he means it for the stream.
I was meaning it for the stream.
I think we should stick with Roll20.
Okay.
I feel like keeping it integrated is better if we can work out the kinks. And also, just because this is actually, running both of these is seriously killing my memory. For, my computer, not my actual memory. I'm not becoming amnesiac.
You can ask the viewers, and then they can respond.
All
to
right.
you.
So viewers.
I am monitoring the chat.
Do we have anything in chat?
Are there any viewers out of curiosity? Can you tell?
We have 2 people watching right now.
Hey!
Hi, people!
Hi!
We
two
love
people.
you.
Our highest of the
Usually
night was
we-
5 watchers.
Hey!
Hey.
That's not bad. That's.
And we love you all.
We love you all. We love
Yes.
you so much. Thank you.
Please come back, please.
Please, we need you.
Okay. So how far away is East Lombarda?
Isla Mara, you would figure, is about a week voyage, or a little less than a week voyage from Santa Marina.
What
And
kind
we're
of
in
voyage?
Blackmore.
Which is true, because Santa Marina is a long way from Blackmore. From Taya, it'd be about a 2.5 to 3 week journey.
Everything is super far away.
Has anyone learned anything about Bamfing? I feel like Bamfing is honestly in our best interest. We really need to learn some Bamfing things.
Taz?
I don't know any teleportation magic, I'm sorry.
You're
And
literally
this-
our only caster.
And this leads into why I was looking for a scrying point. So if you'd like to get to there.
Okay, so over here, as you're out, you're wandering around your feudal lord's bedroom, you notice that that there is a spot that has been placed under the very large bed. That there's a sort of a scrying point down there.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, all right,
Really?
Diaz, I want to have a private conversation.
Okay, so you shimmy on under Velka's bed.
That's weird.
I don't want to know what's under there. Please don't describe it.
There's
I'm
just
if he
shoes.
I'm gonna say that he could probably hear me from outside under the bed, like not under the bed.
You probably could, but there is only shoes under there.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm gonna say, and I'd prefer if you do it inside my head. Don't make everybody know that I'm doing this.
Sure, this is all inside your head. Well, not all inside your head, but nobody else can do this because they're inside a lead-lined room.
No, I'm saying to Diaz that I would like to have a conversation with him in my head.
I'm sorry, I am back on task as Mr. Diaz, Admiral Diaz. I just demoted myself several dozen times. Very well. Hello, my friend, what can I do for you?
You had and quick question for the GM. Diaz is the one that appeared to us in the dining hall.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say, first things first, we're not on friendly terms. I'm just coming to you strictly on business.
Okay.
Secondly, you have great magic at your disposal. Would it be an option for you to show me or one of my compatriots what's happening so that we can know you're telling us the truth?
I have an associate. He is a man named Jabez. He is in Elazara right now. He has more than proof of my power and the nefarious plot to topple this empire, starting with this very Jarldom.
Okay.
What do you mean?
And what is your option that you're providing to us to, shall we say, travel more quickly? Because if you want to delay this attack to give us time, sure, you can do some of that. But we are going to need a certain amount of time to get there, and you can't guarantee you'll delay the attack that long.
My friend, you are a scholar of the arts and sciences, are you not?
I am.
You know how hard it is to make things go poof from one place to poof another place, no?
I am. I'm also aware that there are teleportation magics that you could utilize.
Which I may not have access to at this moment.
Find one.
Are you making demands of me?
I believe that with the number of demands you've made of us, it's not really a demand of you and that I'm making, but rather a demand of you that you're making for yourself.
Very well. If you will meet Jabez in Taya in 3 days, he will bring for you the artifact you seek.
Understood. And I'd like to get out from under the bed and go back into the room.
Okay.
And as I walk in, I say, Gesundheit.
Thanks, over here.
So, essentially, we're all talking about whether or not to trust him. But it seems like the basic.
None of us trust him?
I don't know all of the facts and everything. It doesn't sound like anyone does here. But basically, if his goal in this was to kill us, he'd have already done it. He snuck into this castle and magically transported everybody to an arena of doom.
That probably means his goal is worse than killing us.
Right. If he'd wanted us dead, which is seemingly the worst case scenario, then that'd already be possible. He clearly needs us to go there for a reason that's not just to have us die.
Well,
It could also just be getting us out of Blackmore, out of the Empire.
and also I thought that he wanted us to be useful for a while At which point, once we're done being useful, he has every option to dispose of us. I mean, I don't think that he would come in here and set up a battle royale or anything like that if he wanted to kill us right away, obviously. And he wouldn't be making deals with us.
He's probably just testing us to see what
But that does mean that whatever he's telling us, there is in fact something that needs to be done. He's not just trying to get us out of the way. If his goal was to get us out of the way, we'd be dead. That would solve his problem.
Not out of his way and dead aren't always the same. He could just need us out of the area so we're cut off from a flow of information.
But what good would that do him? If
Potentially setting up stuff for later? I'm not a dragon, I don't know what he wants!
Also, if he cuts us off...
It's not a matter of can we trust him. Of course we can't trust him. It's a matter of if he, in this particular instance, wanted direct harm to us, he could have already done it. There's nothing specific about our being here that's preventing anything from happening.
Vilkas.
If we go, the Empire will continue to run.
Well, no, but I think the premise would be if we're not here, that gives him the opportunity to do stuff that we would potentially be able to stop if we were here.
But he could have killed us and then done the stuff anyway. So his goal
killing us would cause a stir.
And also, if we can be better used somewhere else.
If a bunch of people who put the Empress on the throne suddenly all die at the same time, that tends to be a bit of a noticeable occasion.
It's also going to be noticeable if we all get on a ship and sail south. I don't think
we're adventurers. That's the kind of thing we do, isn't it?
Okay,
it's more reasonable. Also, over here.
Hold on. None of us have adventured together for like 2.5 years.
Wait, what'd you say?
We haven't adventured together for 2 years. So the point is that it would be strange if, like, he specifically.
It's not like we're adventurers that are best buddies that do things together all the time.
Vilkas.
Yeah.
Do you have a decent military at your disposal?
That depends on what you mean by decent military. If you mean people with swords, then yes.
Do you have trusted leaders in that military that you could maybe share with 1 or 2 people that an attack may be coming?
Yeah.
So, I don't mean to break trust with any of you, but I did sort of just have a private conversation with DS. When I stepped out.
What did you talk about?
We can meet a wizard in Taya in 3 days. He said his name was Jabez.
Is this a wizard of Melbar, whatever the island is? Malambard, or is it another wizard?
He said that Jabez was his compatriot. He did not say where he was from. But
compatriot means a lot of things. Apparently,
I know. I never said I was a good talker.
Okay,
so if we meet this wizard, he said that he would be willing to provide us, through this wizard, with an artifact that would allow us, shall we say, faster transport.
Okay, this doesn't do anything to prove who anybody is. I thought that was the point.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that if your concern is that this party is disappearing for a period of time and it's going to be noticeable, can you leave command, Vilkas, with a trusted leader in your military to be on watch for an attack? And then we just say that we're going on a diplomatic mission to Taya of some sort.
Yeah,
I can also get some people from my monastic order to see if they can keep a watch in our absence.
That's exactly my point. He's not asking for all of us to go even necessarily. He asked 4 of us specifically to go and do the specific problem.
Okay.
Strength is in numbers.
Okay, but also, yeah, as somebody who was wandering around in the Underdark for a while because of, splitting the party and stuff like that, that's a terrible idea.
Well, no, that wasn't his point. His point was that Diaz specifically wanted 4 people. Not that we would only send 4 people, but Diaz wanted only 4
That's
people.
true.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out what he's planning.
To some extent, but in another way, what he's planning is irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to puzzle it out
We
right
can't
here.
keep 2 steps ahead of an ancient dragon.
Who's
That's definitely not going to
playing
work.
us into his plans? We need to
So
figure out.
I say for now we continue with what he's given us, and we continue with the aid that he said that he'll give, and we see where this goes. I know we necessarily can't improvise very well, but I think that if we play this out and see where it goes, it will give us a better standing to know where we're going.
So you're suggesting going with accepting his offer?
I say we meet with this Jabez
Why is
character.
accepting his offer our default position here?
What was that,
Also,
Harley?
our decision.
Wait, what's that? What do you say?
The microphone doesn't like me again, sorry.
It's okay.
Next said that why is accepting his offer, or whatever this is, our default position, and why is this a group decision? Isn't it kind of like each individual decides for themselves here?
Because either we're going to do this as a group or alone. I don't think any of us can, without most of the others, take care of this. We don't know how many wizards there are. We know only that they have... We don't have minimal knowledge of their abilities, but the minimal knowledge we have does not suggest that a few of us could take them out alone.
True, and
Also, I mean, like, the default position isn't necessarily to go and do anything. I just wanted to see what Ellery here was saying. And honestly, meeting with the wizard isn't necessarily the worst idea. At least as a starting place.
my default position is to go home, get a good night of sleep, and go to my opening show next week. I really don't want to do the whole life and death thing.
But do you wish to have a home to return to?
That's my
He's
point.
got
I'd
a
like to
point.
stay at home.
His point is that you don't, if this is true, and we don't do anything about it, you won't have a home anymore.
I still don't see why I need to go.
I understand that you have reservations, but I personally believe that we can't just stand by when we've been notified of a threat, no matter how questionable the source of notification may be.
And
I
you
know, I
probably
can
have
come
more
back.
influence than any of us with this particular group.
You may
Next-
not be there, but that doesn't mean that I want to.
Yeah, I don't
None
want
of
to
us
either.
want to. Next, I really do. I get it. Listen, if there's something else going on other than just not wanting to, you don't have to tell us.
No, there's nothing else going on. I just don't want to die.
Well, none of us do. It's just, what would you suggest doing then?
I don't know. I did the whole save the empire thing. I'm done with that.
Well, I mean, it's not like we can force you to do anything.
Can I?
Right.
Oh, I'm saying that I need a really good reason if I'm going to accept or whatever.
Nexa, money. Did you hear the offer that he made us?
Yeah,
how
I
much
heard
money
the
is
offer
it?
that he made us, but I don't really need it.
She's
I
got a lot of money now.
Check.
She's got a lot of money now.
But
Have you seen her house?
Okay.
Have
Okay.
you seen her house?
My house is modest, and we don't really need to go on about exactly how much I have.
Okay, Harley, do you want me to roll against you? I don't know how these things work.
Okay, go right ahead. Feels agreed. Next is not
Natural
hedging
20.
anything.
Natural 20.
Yes. I don't know if you can see that.
So,
I can see it.
So tell
Yep.
me, Nexa,
What is your deal?
what,
Next is being completely honest. She actually doesn't need the money.
Yeah, but is there something else going on here? Because, like, the money
No.
aside, that was
Next
literally
is
just
literally
you, like,
just
doing
really
anything.
selfish.
Okay. I love this die. It's
Just
Good
as a
guy.
heads up, I am going to switch over to the split screen now just to see how that goes, and we can get people to vote on it. Do we have any word in the comments section, Ethan?
None.
Wait, okay, what do you mean by the split screen thing? Because I already have like 2 windows up. I'm
Well,
just.
exactly, that's what I would be doing, so everybody on the internet can see your lovely
Oh, I
faces.
see.
Uh,
Oh, couldn't see me before.
was
Could have
it?
so many other things.
Hmm?
I didn't know that they couldn't see me before. I would have done so many other things.
Charming. Alright, everybody, so tell me, what are you guys thinking of doing now? You are currently in the walk-in closet cum arcane workshop inside Kazaroth and Vilkas's
So first thing
bedroom.
first, are we meeting with this wizard in a couple days?
I mean, it doesn't seem like we have much other option. There's not really anything else to do unless we want to get a really, really failed. It'll still be a failed head start because we're not going to get anywhere on time for anything at all unless we meet with the wizard. Or unless Kazaroth suddenly learns something about teleportation, or somebody else we run across happens to know something about teleportation. So it seems like our only option, other than doing nothing.
So I think our best option right now is going to be to meet with Jabez, and then use. I can identify the artifacts that he gives us, and then we determine based on what we're being supplied with and how we're being prepared whether or not we want to go through with the mission.
That's fair. And if it turns out that this wizard isn't, like, super powerful and all, and it's all a ruse, maybe we can kill him and get the artifact anyway.
I'm interested, as
nobody's bothered by that.
as someone who's being told that my lands are under threat, and, you know, my job is kind of to protect them. None of you, obviously, are obligated to do anything, including you, Nexa, but I would be interested, since all of you do have experience interacting with this kind of stuff, to know what each of your opinions is as to what, since you're the ones who know what's going on, as to what would the best course of action be for me, as the one who's supposed to be protecting this, regardless of what your own involvement's going to be.
I think I've made myself abundantly clear.
If your job is to protect the citizenry and there's the potential that a whole bunch of angry wizards are going to come and blow up the town, you kind of have to go.
Yeah.
As long as you have a suitable somebody to stay here and run things and not let the place die.
What better lieutenant than Kazaroth?
So you
I don't know.
I
don't know if
kind of want Kaz coming. Sorry, what?
Carly's trying to talk.
Next, I'm going to say, I don't know if you're necessarily obligated to go yourself, but I do think that as a ruler, you're supposed to deal with it in some form or another.
Right. In your opinion, what do you think would be the best way to deal with this situation, given the knowledge we have?
I'm not entirely sure what your military sources and whatnot look like, and how that works exactly with what you've got set up here, so I don't know if I can give an informed opinion based on the limited information I have.
Personally, I don't trust much of anybody. I prefer to look into things myself, so personally, I would rather have you, Vilkas, come with us to look into this and hopefully deal with the problem at its root. But again, you need somebody to be sitting and taking care of Blackmore that you absolutely can trust.
Blackmore can be taken care of. That's not a problem.
Then I think your duty would be to come and to take care of this yourself. Other than sending Kazaroth in your stead, I don't know anybody else that I would trust to come and look into this with us, other than yourself.
If I can ask, as I am being volunteered both as a leader and a companion, I will say that, first I'll ask, who is this us?
The people standing in this closet?
Us, the usual group. Us.
All of us together.
All of us. I mean,
Let's get the band back together.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. I mean, Nexa, obviously you have to make your own decision, but that would be the us. I'm assuming, unless you don't want me to come. I know we haven't exactly gotten off on the right foot. It's fine.
Look, it's fine. You let a monster into town. Nobody died.
I'm really sorry about that. I really tried to. Can we not talk about that
stop.
one? Thanks. Elsa, don't worry about it.
Vilcus, we have children.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you do.
Vilcus,
Mm-hmm.
I will not leave my babies.
Okay.
But I will defend your throne with my life. With every ounce of blood I have in me.
Hopefully that's not going to happen.
I might be able to get you some backup.
I do have one more thing I think should be stated.
Shoot.
Is it not better to kill a weed at the root?
He speaks
Yes,
my
but-
language.
Interesting fact. That was a favorite catchphrase of the Khmer Rouge.
Of who?
No.
Whoa.
That escalated
question
quickly.
Who's the plant and who's the root? Are we talking about our side or their side?
Well, I believe that applies to both sides, don't you think?
Yep.
Right, but if we're talking about the other side, what exactly is the plant and what exactly is the root? Is the root actually the wizards or is the root Diaz?
Well, Diaz, I believe, is the seed, but I don't think he's the root. I believe if there is to be an attack made on the Empire, which I don't personally have much stay or much to say about the goings-on in the Empire, but I believe that an attack on the Empire will overflow into the land surrounding it. And said attack could be thwarted if we were to take out those planning it. But also, from our side, if Diaz does have a greater plan, what better way to weaken the Empire than to remove some of its most powerful people? Send them on a wild goose chase, for lack of a better expression.
Wait. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of dense. What are you suggesting?
I'm not necessarily making a suggestion, but rather stating the facts at hand. I personally, if you want me to make a suggestion, believe that we should go. Because though he may be removing those in a seat of power, those in a seat of power can also leave behind their lieutenants to keep track of it. And we can, shall we say, go on the wild goose chase just to see if there actually is a goose.
And this is going to sound a little weird, but even if he's telling us all lies, sometimes you can shape out the truth based on the lies that are told.
Yeah. Honestly, I think investigating is something that we have to do. It's kind of our job.
I agree.
Kind
I
of
think
is.
our first step is to talk to this wizard.
Okay.
And let's see what we can do to keep an eye on Diaz while we're at it. Chessie?
Don't we also have eyes in the sky? Like the big headless one?
What?
Oh! Chessie, where did we get this information about Diaz?
I have my sources. You know I would never disclose such thing. Right. Pirates. Taya. Pirates. I'll be honest with you. You go.
I can't believe I'm about to ask this, but are your pirates trustworthy?
My pirates. Here's the thing. Pirates will do almost anything for money, including selling each other out. So anyway, I get some talks to these pirates. Right? Can we basically get some tears of coffee in here?
Anyhow,
Russia. So I'm talking to some of my pirate
Jesse.
friends. Yes.
Okay,
We don't need the entire tale.
Right. So, Taya, pirate friends. Blah 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 blah. Coin,
okay,
coin,
yes,
coin.
we got that. Let's go, we got that. Would these pirates be trusted enough to keep an eye on Admiral Diaz while he's on that island so that we can go and do this and make sure that he isn't moving?
Let me put it this way. Would you hire Bertram to look after your wee children in the middle of a battle?
No.
Precisely! I would not leave my pirates to look after someone as great and powerful as Admiral Diaz in the middle of a
We're not
battle.
looking after him. We want to know if he leaves the island.
Same concept.
He can wipe out the pirates if he wants to.
We can
Pirates can also be bought off, I'm assuming, to say nothing.
Can be bought off by a dragon with a horde that he's already told us that 300,000 gold pieces is a minimal amount.
Yeah, that's...
We can't outbid a dragon.
We literally
This is
can't.
true, but we have other favors to offer.
Such as...
Land. We can offer land. We can offer...
That's always work. You could also
Who's
just remove
offering?
it.
Pardons?
Jesse, you're seriously suggesting offering pirates land?
I mean, you must get tired of going up and down taking other people's things.
You could also just
Anyway.
offer not having their heads removed.
This is true.
I
Pardons?
mean, taking other
Anyway.
people's things really isn't that tiring. It's kind of fun.
Okay,
Example, livestock.
Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Chessie!
Most of you are marriage age and single.
Chessie!
Oh.
Chessie!
Point of order!
Chessie!
Pardon me?
Chessie! Chessie! Okay,
Hi.
Jesus.
do you have someone that could keep an eye on the island?
Yes.
Okay, great. Alright, that's
Is it
taken care of.
pirates?
Let's go.
Maybe.
That's fine. Whatever you can do. Let's go.
Before we leave the city, I'll see what I can do to bring in some backup.
I mean, we have to
Wait.
wait until tomorrow anyway.
What if I went for the island?
Chess, you're not exactly the world's most fabulous fighter. You dropped a mace on my head.
This
It's been
is
2
true.
years.
It has
This
been
is a
2 years.
story I would love to hear.
It's a good story.
Another
We were
time.
climbing down a ladder. She tried to throw a
Anyway,
mace. It
another
landed on
time.
my head. End of story.
I was helpful.
To
I'm
them,
sure you were.
I'm better than the crazy priest who cannonballed off the cliff and landed on top
okay,
of the
well-
zombie.
Despite that, perhaps you would not want to engage a dragon by yourself. And no one should endeavor to do such a task. But if you just make sure that he doesn't leave, preferably don't go yourself.
I could arrange that. But
All right.
and we know what Kenneth is doing this weekend. If not, we could probably just get going. Alright.
That's...
I think I've made my stands abundantly clear. I am going to go see about some alchemy, and I'm going to walk out.
Okay.
if we're going to visit this wizard, I have some things I should take care of beforehand.
Sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
So, are we all in agreement then? Nexa?
Nexa.
Next, I do want to have a chat.
About what?
Dang. Okay.
Look, I was trying to be tactful like you taught me and have a chat away from everybody else, but fine, if you want me to just start learning things out in the middle, fine, I'll go for it. I'm not trying to learn anymore.
Trust is gonna just like leave really quickly.
I
I'm
somewhere else.
going
I
to
don't know what you're
the
gonna say now.
Triss is leaving as fast as she can.
Not taking the other hits,
So
Kellen's
helpful.
gonna pull out a hip flask and just sit down in the chair and watch.
Okay. Everyone else can leave now.
Is Mahika still around?
Mishka has been silently standing in a corner for about an hour and a half.
If I could chat with you afterward too, that'd be great.
Indeed, madam.
Indeed, my what?
Indeed, madam.
Okay.
I did not
Wow,
hear
I'm a madam now. I'm not even her boss.
No,
Go for it, Harley.
When did that happen?
I can't be super loud now. so you guys actually have to listen to me when I'm speaking. Nexa will tell Cassandra that she will have a conversation with her, but she doesn't really want anyone else there.
I would say that everybody eventually exits.
Bluntly put, you've got a brother in this city. And based on what we found out before, your grandfather's not above having people in your family killed.
I thought it was the knights that were after him that had my family killed.
Well, I don't think so. Technically, your family was killed by my order.
Yes. Andrew?
And
Awkward.
You have conflicting information.
Wait, what?
No.
How did we not know this?
But that's not right. That's not what I found out.
Well, that's not what I found out.
Then who? Then who killed my mother?
I can ask Chess. Wait, no. What?
That's what you asked before.
Wow. Either way, your grandfather probably had your mother killed. But based on what I know of the Arcadian Knights, they don't go around randomly killing family members of dangerous people. I'm sorry to say that sounds more like what my group does.
Point taken.
I won't, rule out the possibility, but... It just seems like if you don't help us deal with this, at least your family's going to be in danger, and I know that you care a lot about your brothers.
I just found them.
And you don't want to lose them again. I get that. I'll admit I'm not fabulously excited about the concept of having to go back to this island and face everything that happened.
Understandable.
All I'm saying is you might want to help out just to try and keep your brothers safe.
I'll think about it.
We know these people aren't above hurting family members. And I'll do what I can to make sure that no one from my order goes after them, but I am only one woman and I won't be around.
You can only do so much. What's the point if I'm not alive to see it?
To see what?
My brothers, my family, I don't know. I don't like
I'm not dying? Something...
You know I'm not fond of the whole death thing.
Of the whole what thing?
Death, bodily injury thing.
Yeah, I know you're not a whole big fan of the whole death thing, and that's why I'm trying to tell you that coming with us is probably the best way to avoid more of the death thing. Would put it this way, would you rather die, or would you rather find your brothers dead?
I mean, I already thought they were dead. But you do make a good point.
I can't really relate to you. You have something to lose, and I've never really had something of that magnitude to lose. So I can't exactly understand.
For a long time.
But just think on it.
I'll think about it.
All right, guys, I gave it my shot.
All right, so bit by bit, we push in to midnight. It's late. You had a late dinner. It's getting late. What do you guys want to do? You feel the tiredness of the day slowly beginning to come over you.
Well, I died today, so, I think I'm gonna go out in the woods and find a nice comfy roost and transfer a bit.
I would like to make a couple of different batches of potion types, if that's possible.
I need to talk to a couple people.
Nexa needs to go visit her brother.
Alright. So I will let you all go on to your errands and say you rest for the night.
Do we need to tell you outside of the game what those errands are and whatnot, or?
Sure, feel free to drop them in the whispers.
Okay.
Just Vilkas would like to see if there's a way to remove the scrying thing from his bedroom.
Sure. Let's see.
I imagine Kazaroth can dispel magic, right?
Mm-hmm. Between Kazaroth and Kenneth, they are able to dispel the magic from the immediate area. Then Kenneth goes, I'm going to spend the rest of my night working on the rest of the house. And just you hear somebody muttering from outside the door and making magical passes over, like one of the sconces in your hallway.
I would have been willing to point out where all of the points were while the arcane sight potion was active, but I don't think that happened, so.
Using detect magic, Kenneth can figure it out easily enough.
Okay. So how many craft alchemy checks do I have to make?
To make how many potions you try to make?
Well, I sent you the list of the batches I'd like to make, and I'd like to try to get 3 potions out of each batch.
Alright, go for it.
So how many?
A batch of each type of Cure Wounds potions, a batch of Arcane Sight, a batch of Cat's Grace potions. Okay, so I'd say...
So there's 4 different types of Cure Wounds potions.
Harley, that didn't end up being private.
Yeah, that's fine.
/ below.
I didn't need to. You just said to do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It doesn't really matter.
Suspense
You just
ruined.
had to send it from there. No one cares.
I did make up a row for it. I would like to try and replenish a supply of Theron root. Okay. Okay. I'd say in one night you'd be able to make about half that many potions. I would say.
Okay, so the Arcane Sight and Cat's Grace are the most important.
Okay, so I'd say go ahead and try and take a batch of each of those.
Okay.
Oh, and I'd like to make sure I'm
So-
having these conversations outside of the house so nobody could potentially listen in. Since we don't know if they are doing that in everyone's houses.
Okay, well thought out.
So the Arcane Sight one was a natural 1.
It seems fine to you.
Great.
Just put a little asterisk next to those.
Okay. And then Cat's Grace is a natural 20! So that is a 51?
Say that again for the nice people on the internet.
That I got a natural 20, which means I have a 51 craft alchemy check for the Cat's Grace potions. I can show you a picture of the natural 20.
They turned
bad.
out pretty good. You get 3 of those. You get 3 Cat's
Okay.
Grace, and you get 4 of the Arcane Sight ones.
Excellent. And then can I make 1 check for Cure Light Wounds?
Sure.
Because, okay.
Though at this point, I'd say you're starting to get a bit fatigued, so this would be with disadvantage.
Okay, 34. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
34. They seem to turn out alright. You have a 3. You have 3 of those. Cure.
Excellent, okay. Anyone else?
Sorry, I'm still typing my stuff for the DM.
Is the peaceful music playing through someone's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's certainly coming through the headphones, at least.
Yeah.
I suppose if we're saying things that we're going to be doing, can I? What exactly does Mahishka's group do again?
They are also assassins.
Except they are a tad more virtuous. Well, not. But the point of the Arcadian Knights would be to recognize and preempt threats to imperial law. Essentially, they would be the law outside the law.
That's what I thought. They're an imperial group, right?
Yes, they're pro-imperial, not necessarily pro the Empress. They're pro-imperial.
Right. Okay. Then I'd like to talk to Mahishka.
Was he walking on me talking to Mahishka?
I will assume, Casita, that you get to Mahishka first.
Okay.
Though I would say that Vilkas would see you leaving, talking to Mahishka.
I had similar.
Alright.
I suspect our goals of talking to Mahishka are fairly similar, so.
What can I help you with, my lord?
Okay, so we're doing. I'm confused. It's me now?
It's you
Yes?
now, yes.
Cool. Everybody was going all crazy, as everyone always does in those group meetings. It's the worst way to actually get anything done. About, like, trying to keep an eye on Diaz, now that we know his location. Is that something that the Knights could do? Seems like he's definitely a threat to the Empire. And we know his location. And you're kind of professionals at that, right?
My lord, we already have people on the way.
Good.
No
Kind of
need
figured. I just wanted to make sure.
no need to be concerned, but I appreciate your concern. I, however, will be staying in the Blackmoor for some time.
Okay.
She's not coming with us?
If, as I believe my duty is to protect the seat of power. And the seat of power right now would be in Blackmoor. I'm sorry.
Just checking.
Understood.
Also, Mahishka,
Yes.
you know a lot about threats to the Empire and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about this group of wizards?
Why fear the devil you do not know, when the devil you do know is standing outside your door?
In common.
Why would we take a unknown threat and put it over a known threat?
Being who's the unknown threat and who's the known threat?
The known threat would be Admiral Diaz, and the yet to be seen threat would be the people of this Malambard place.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the gist of what you're trying to say here?
I believe the gist of what I'm trying to say is that I don't trust him. He's already tried to destroy us once, and he will try to do it again.
So you think we shouldn't go try and deal with this threat?
I think we should go and try and deal with a threat, but the question is, Vilkas, which threat is it that we should be dealing with, no?
Yeah. That is a good point.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Oh, and to you, when you return to Daishan.
Oh.
No, we need to get you some headphones.
Who is that?
It's Noah.
Oh my god.
Dramatic music begins playing when I return home.
You walk in, and Daishan greets you. Hello, Casita. So good of you to come home again. I was making some crawlers this morning, but I lost my glasses. Now they are strangely shaped crawlers. And Noah has very epic music going in background. Very well. Let me tell you. I have heard wind. Jessie beat you here. For somebody who deals in secrets, she is very bad at dealing in secrets. But she told me much. She has told me many things. And of the many things she has told me that you are in need of aid and advice, no? Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, my friend Casida, my protege, the one who I spent my life shaping. Do not trust evil dragon man. He will come to get you.
Yep.
But evil wizard gets you even more. I am more afraid of wizard than dragon. You can punch dragon easier than you can punch wizard. Because wizards can zoop around. I do not think this crazy dragon man can zoop around. Just throwing it out there. All things considered, I leave it up to you.
You're willing to help out with keeping things safe here?
I will indeed. Is our cat girl and the scary wolf one going to help me?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Fantastic! I love working with them. All right. If anybody comes, they will be flayed, waiting for you when you come home.
Oh, thanks.
Heads on pike. Nothing makes a town light up more than heads on pikes.
It's really touching.
It is. Did you try some crawlers? Here, have some crawlers.
Okay.
This is like the ultimate mafia front.
I love Daishan. It's like a cat leaving like a dismembered mouse, like on your doorstep. Here, have a flayed human.
You wonder where Casina got all the insane brutality from.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. A lot of sense.
Between the demons and the assassin mentor.
I know it. Alright. I'll like message you about it, but I might just like tinker a little bit with the guns, see if I can do anything interesting to them.
Elro here be able to get together with Triss on a project?
Yeah. Triss is always open to stuff like that.
Because I make excellent catalyst for bombs, and you are good at crafting weapons.
I'm also good at armor stuff. Oh, that's right. That was the other thing. You and I were going to talk about armor. We should do that sometime.
Can I have some armor, please? Also,
Yeah, no.
I was wondering if I could work with Triss on Quicksilver arrows.
Yeah, that would have been a Kiaris thing, except for the blacksmithing part. I can help you with the blacksmithing.
Yeah, that's basically what I was.
Okay, because the fletching, that's going to be you.
Yeah, that's me.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, I'm open to those things, so if you want to talk about that tonight, shoot me a message. If not, Triss is gonna tinker with guns and go to bed.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll probably do that the next night.
Alright, so I assume you all go to bed and rise the next morning.
Yep.
What are you going to do now that you've arisen the next morning?
I'm gonna keep crafting stuff, but I don't know about everybody else.
Alrighty.
Question. How
Yes.
late are we planning to go tonight?
Probably about another half hour. We started later than we usually do, and this has
Tech
been...
problems.
Was it?
Tech problems!
Yes, we had a ton of tech problems trying to get this off the ground. Usually our sessions are a lot more exciting than this, but this is getting back into the start of a campaign.
A lot more exciting than us arguing for 2 hours.
Yeah, really.
Ouch.
Sometimes we fight hundreds of ghouls all at once.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
we
because
throw a
reality
bomb
bomber.
at them.
obsessed with mirrors.
Yeah,
And we throw a
sometimes-
bomb at them to see parts of ghouls go raining down. That was interesting.
That was a good day.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good
Sometimes we have ghoul killing contests.
We have way too much fun, you guys.
Anyway, this morning I'll
Sometimes
probably
we blow up
approach
guards.
Tris about making quicksilver arrows. Like, or not.
All right, so who is trying to make crafting checks this next morning?
I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure.
Also, Ethan, have we made our extra deals at this point, or are those still theoretical?
Those were still theoretical and needed to be discussed with the DM.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to make a batch of each of the other 3 types of Cure Wounds potions.
All right, go for it.
So starting with Cure Moderate Wounds?
Before lunch, you'd be so you're going to do moderate wounds and cure severe wounds. Yeah.
Yeah, so moderate and serious, and then critical would probably be later on.
Critical would you probably wouldn't have time for that in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
So moderates. Okay, that's good. Simple math here. I got this. 46.
Oh yeah, you're fine. They turn out very nice.
And I get 3 of them?
You do.
Excellent. And then serious is a 41.
Serious is a 41. Okay, yep. They turn out 3 just like you wanted.
Excellent. I'm so glad I'm playing this character again.
Yeah, it's really nice going back to sarcastic comments and like no social skills.
Yeah, they're not 2 different characters, Kiara to Tress, so it's not too bad. But I've missed all of you guys, so we'll say that much.
I want to sneak into the castle and bring little baby Cassie a whole bunch of sweets.
I'm 3,000%. If I see you, I am totally coming.
Make a stealth check.
Yep.
Let's go!
Oh heck yeah! Forget the guns. We'll work on the guns another time. Ooh,
41.
Pretty terrible. 25.
Pretty terrible, she says.
Well, because
25.
6.
Yes.
Because I rolled a 6.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah.
I have a +2 to stealth.
They'll just make a perception check with disadvantage.
You're muted, by the way.
This is going to go well. Disadvantage. So I got a 10 to perception.
Okay, a 10 to perception. So you two are able to... Basically, you two are able to shimmy over the castle wall, walk past several guards, walk past the still laboring Kenneth Renray, who's like mumbling arcane spells and sort of stumbling on going, Wait.
Who's 2?
You two. You and Triss both went.
Oh, I didn't realize Triss had come.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
Sorry.
So you two are both surprised when you bump into each other as you're climbing over the wall. So you sneak past Kenneth Renray. You sneak directly past several guards. You walk past Wesker, who's doing some sort of vigorous calisthenics in full military dress. You're able to get into the bedroom of Caswell and Vilcus. They are snuggled up together under the blankets, dead to the world.
Their kids sleep in their bedroom?
In a crib.
They have a giant castle?
Pretty typical for a medieval castle.
What was that? What did you say? Noah?
I said that's pretty typical for a medieval castle to have like one family bedroom.
Yeah, so you are able to sneak into their family bedroom, and the pups are.
I didn't realize I was sneaking into their bedroom. That's awkward.
Yeah.
They're out cold. They have no idea you're there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just giving sweets to the kids and sneaking back out again.
Same.
They they make some noises. They do some babbling. There's some chomping and there's some chewing. But nobody notices, and you guys slip out again.
Scuffle gears.
What was that?
Alright, now I'm gonna go.
We're gonna know it's you. The only
Oh,
person
well.
who can sneak into
This assumes that the sweets are not all gone by the time you wake up.
That's actually
The
true.
ultimate D&D mission.
If all of us are gone by the time
Sweet.
Vilcus and Kazaroth
Your
wake
friend's
up, then they'll still know that someone gave them sweets.
So,
Yeah, when the kids are like bouncing off the ceiling.
Okay, let's be honest. Given what Casita is capable of, it's probably a good thing she's just wandering in and leaving treats for your kids.
That's true. Just be grateful.
so, as lunchtime draws nigh, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I do want to actually work on my guns.
Alright, you're gonna pick one thing that you might want to work on.
I'll work on. I haven't done much with the musket recently. I'm gonna work on the musket. Just see if I can do something interesting with that. I don't really have anything in mind other than just making it cooler. Maybe I can crit on like a 2. That sucked. That was 17.
You carved your initials into the handle.
Cool. That's it.
This is after lunch now.
Yes.
Wait,
Would it be
what
possible
is
for me to
meeting with
find
him?
Triss?
Sure.
Okay.
You can try. No, I'm kidding.
Didn't we have a scheduled meeting with Diaz at lunch?
Yes, you
Oh
do.
yeah, that is a thing.
Okay.
Is he showing up?
Checking that I'm not insane.
Wait, are we before lunch or is this after lunch?
This is
Oh,
like
you said it.
directly before lunch. Like,
Okay.
you may meet each other on the way to lunch.
Okay, hi over here.
Okay. I have a project I would like to work on with you and a favor to ask of you.
Okay.
The project is I would like to try to work out some sort of like a trip mine. And I thought I could supply the explosive catalyst for you if you could maybe work out the trigger mechanism.
That I can do.
And the favor is I was wondering if you could maybe do a little work on my arm. For those of you who don't remember, Elra here does have a mechanical left arm.
Oh yeah, it's this thing.
He does?
Yes.
That's right.
forgot.
I forgot that.
I forgot that too.
He isn't particularly open about the story, but you do know it's related to an accident when he was first experimenting with bombs.
Smooth.
This is the person we trust with bombs?
Oh,
What?
that was years and years ago. He's an elf.
Wow,
He's
that's
had like
cool.
100 years to work on this.
Okay.
And the rest of the group
well,
trusted Nika with bombs, and she'd had far less than 100 years of experience.
That's true. Also, well, what exactly do you want done with your arm?
I was wondering if you could maybe like fashion into it a small vial compartment.
Probably. I mean,
Just to have something that I can just pop a vial into my hand straight from my wrist. Something that I need access to quickly.
okay. I could definitely work on that. I don't know that I could do it with. Does your arm come off?
DM?
You can certainly try.
Does it? But like, is it detachable or is it like grafted into
I
your?
mean, anything's detachable if you pull hard enough.
Okay.
I mean, my arm is like it's half mechanical, so from the elbow down is mechanical, so I imagine it could probably be removed.
I don't want to mess with your organics. Tell you what.
I'm just not a mechanic and I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I mean, I don't really either. So here's what we can do. If you come a couple of times just to like whatever broom closet I've been working in, I'm kind of staying. I don't know where I live.
You're staying at the Turquoise Panther because after the dancing kitten burned down, nobody said they wanted to rebuild it.
I forgot it burned down. That's a thing.
I mean,
Okay.
I have a lab that you could bring
Yeah.
your tools to, and you could potentially just stay in the apartment above my lab. I'm almost never there.
I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, no, let's work on that. I'll do some sketches, and then I can work on something it'll attach onto your arm, just because I don't want to mess with the actual mechanics of the arm itself. But
Okay.
I'll make it discreet enough that it's not like a bulky attachment. I'll come out with something.
Okay. Works for me.
And I do want to talk to you at some point about armor making and alchemy things. I don't know what kind of things you can do with armor, but we can talk about that being a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, were you guys gonna make Eliseth armor since she's apparently squishy?
Yeah, I won't make armor for anybody. I want armor for myself, because
And-
I'm not as squishy, but I also like armor.
Recommendation about some sort of messaging thing, like the message rings for the whole party.
Mhm.
Also, just saying,
Yeah.
we're going on this thing, and it's, to go
This thing.
save my Jarldom. I do have an armory that we could probably access.
Yeah, but
Yes, but they want me
better
to make a
armor.
magical. They want
Yeah.
magic armor.
Yeah, we want Kaz and Elra here to do stuff to the armor. And I'm
Which-
also skilled in armor making.
Which I imagine, DM, you'll have to confirm this, but I imagine that if I work with Kaz, that with my craft jewelry, I could probably make some sort of messenger ring or earring or something.
You would say that you could do this and fairly easily at the moment. The closeness of the planes right now, especially since they had the little run together 2 years back. That's part of why you've been able to brew so many potions, why you've been able to enchant and discover so many things, has been a part of that. So you suspect that, yeah, especially now, especially this time of the year, especially around the narrow days when the boundary between the planes is at its thinnest, that, yeah, Kazaroth could certainly help you, but you would still need to have suitable materials as soon as possible.
Okay.
If you need help, if there's anything I can do to help with these, I know I don't have any craft skills or anything, but there's not very much I can do to prepare at this point. So if people need help, I'm happy to try.
I might, yeah, I'll definitely probably snag you for a couple. I can teach you some stuff, just
Yeah.
a little bit of blacksmithing stuff. It's fun.
Sounds
It
good.
helps you build your muscles. Yeah, where is Kaz? I actually do want to talk to her real fast. Is she still asleep?
So, as you arrive at the castle for lunch, you see
No.
Kazaroth is in full armor, holding one child by an ankle, one like this, and she's like, she walks straight past you, right to Caesar, and goes,
Hey, Kaz! Can I talk to you? I'll take one of the kids if you want.
okay.
Casita's just gonna pick up Cassie and put her on her shoulder.
So you get Cassie, you get which
Pancake.
You pancake.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin and
Pumpkin pancake.
you can call him pumpkin pancake. It's whatever the dwarven word for pumpkin is. It's not coming to my brain right now.
With Austin?
Yes, the Thouston.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
It's Pumpkin and Pumpkin 2.0, so yes, I'm pumpkin. Discreetly winking at Casita. Yeah, so I actually had a proposition for you. Call me crazy. This will probably take
You're
a while.
nuts.
I'm always crazy. I'm probably... Don't worry about it.
Yes.
So, I have an idea for this armor that, Wait, I don't know if I could... It's for copyright purposes, it's from, this dream that I had called Black Sranther. So, I want to design an armor that
Subtle.
when you get shut up, that when you get hit, it absorbs the energy of that and then releases it at a certain point. I don't know if that's a magic thing. I don't know how this would work. I figured I'd talk to you and Ellie here about it.
Over here has potions that does something like that.
Copyright violations, do it.
I mean,
One of your potions that lets you rebound damage. You gave it to me for the Battle Royale. It's still in my inventory.
Oh, yes, I have
That was where I got the
multiple.
idea.
I mean,
Is that one the kinetic reverberation, or?
I have kinetic reverberation, I have rubber skin, I have bouncy body. No, I'm not joking.
I figured I'd talk to both of you.
the amount of things that you can make is just horrifying.
Yeah.
I told you, having 80 different potion recipes is a little bit broken.
Okay, Elra here. No, like this is completely out of character, but like Elra here, at some point we're going to give one of the kids bouncy body.
You just. If you say this in
Then we'll get them
character,
high on sugar.
Seeing you from seeing his children.
if you say this aloud, you just feel a paw wrapping around
No,
your
no, I
neck.
said that out of character. I said that out of
Okay.
character. I did not say that out loud. It is something that I will totally say
So what's actually
Elra here
happening
later,
right
and then we'll give them sugar and
Guys, Harley just asked something.
now? I just said, so what's actually happening right now?
we're just bouncing
We're
ideas.
going to have a meeting
This
with.
will take
Yeah.
months, if not years, to work on that. That's. And let's be honest here. That's mythic level stuff.
Okay.
But I can. I gods, I'm not even qualified for that sort of thing. But I can try.
Okay, let me talk to Elra here.
Just for my own edification, what are you trying to do here?
We're making Slack Ranther armor.
Just making Black Panther armor is the intent.
And now we've been defunded by Marvel.
like they have listed on the adjective and the noun.
Fair.
Really?
Okay, so yeah, Black Panther armor. Wait, if I say Black Panther a million times, I wonder if we'll get kicked off of YouTube.
Let's not experiment.
Okay, thus Slack Ranther. Basically that's what I'm trying to do. I'll also talk to Elra here and just see if we can apply kinetic reverberation. And then you don't have to worry about creating mythic armor things that are terrible and probably way more expensive than either of us has money for.
I mean, you could make the armor if you somehow worked the potion into the armor, or if you treated it in the armor for years.
Point.
But I mean, or you could just, drink the potion
That's also a point.
while wearing armor. What do I know? I think we have.
I don't know, what do you know? Let's just
Well, in the beginning, there was.
okay, so like just for future reference. Holler if you want cool armor stuff. Or if you want to help make cool armor stuff for other people. Okay, I'm gonna keep holding your kids, and I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay.
Trish is gonna kind of shuffle off.
Still holding pumpkin.
And 2.0.
Wait, so that means you have pumpkin and the older girl.
No, Pumpkin and Pumpkin 2.0.
There's,
Whatever.
There's no pumpkin 2.0.
Yes, there is. That's
There
the
are only
dwarven one.
they only have 3 natural children.
I know. Okay, yes, and whatever Lameller, whatever the dwarven one
Austin.
is.
With Alston?
Thalston?
That is pumpkin.
Yes.
That's they have 2 kids named. Oh.
Thalston
Wait, I
is
thought you-
pumpkin in Dwarvish.
They
Okay,
were
so then
going
who's
to
the
name
third
one kid.
It's
What?
Pumpkin, Lethouston, and
No,
No.
Cat-
No,
Lethouston
pumpkin is
pumpkin.
Lethouston.
oh, so then who's the third one?
Alina.
And
It's,
second one, you only have one
Oh.
name.
it's Alina. It's Alina. look at Vilcus. They can't even remember the name of his children.
It's Alina, Lethouston, and Cassie.
Oh, whatever. Okay, then
Why do I know his children's name and he doesn't?
because Vilcus.
Cassie
Okay, so then-
just stares down every
This
single
is-
person.
This is reminding me of Caleb, because he took the
Yes.
keen mind feat because Liam couldn't remember anything.
Yes, clearly Tasha the person took a keen mind feat.
I need that
Uh,
in my life.
So eventually, you all bring yourselves to be sitting around the same dining room table you sat around a night that feels almost a month ago.
I have a bomb in my lap.
I am fully dressed for fighting.
Kazaroth is rocking a large bassinet while holding a sword under the table.
Bo is
I have
strong
all my
and
guns
at the
with
ready.
me. The safety is on if Alina decides to climb
We're
over.
all ready to go
So-
try and kill this guy if he makes one wrong move. Got it.
Yeah.
Except maybe Nexa, but
Vilcus, you take the head of the table, and as dinner as a late lunch is placed in front of you, there's a flash in the side of the room, and Admiral Diaz appears. Hello, my friends. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
again, we're not your friends.
Have you come to a decision about my most generous offer?
That's right. We do have to make up our minds about that.
You do. It is only life and death. I mean,
Why
Can
are
I-
you gonna tell us if we don't say yes?
Do you have?
No,
Yes.
I want an answer to that before you go on.
look around you. What do you see?
It's a yes or no question.
Not for him.
No,
it
it
isn't.
is not.
Okay,
He's like
well,
a politician.
whatever.
He was a
Alright.
politician before you found out he was a dragon.
That's true.
Go ahead, over here. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm gonna talk in Draconic here because I know only a couple people know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna ask him if he has a library,
See.
Just have a library
and
card.
I'm going to ask him if I can, as part of the deal, relieve him of some of his books.
That could be included with the price.
And all right, then I very excitedly say, "Deal, I'm in," as long as they are.
Let's just go over the deal for a moment, please.
For those of you, for those of you who don't speak Draconic, immediately Kazaroth's ears just go
Wait.
straight back.
Wait, hang on. Grip huddle? Sort of thing? What did we just... Okay, out of character, now I'm very confused. What did we decide on last time? I thought we were just looking into this ourselves. We never actually came up with an idea of what we're actually doing with the
We decided that we were agreeing to meet the wizard in
That's
Taya.
not the same thing as taking the deal that you just said that you took.
Yes, but you don't know
You
that I
don't
took
know
it.
that.
Oh, you said that part in
In
Draconic
Draconic.
also.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your
You're
only,
worse.
your only thing was Kazaroth's reaction. That's all you saw.
Yeah, because Elro
Okay,
here,
whatever.
over top of anything else, puts his highest priority on knowledge.
Okay, cool. whatever.
So,
Alright, so I'm none the wiser. Sorry about
You
that.
have chosen wisely, my high elf companion.
What do
Very
you
well.
mean choose wisely?
It's still in Draconic.
Okay, you had to say that!
I'm just going to sit back and defer all the decision making to everybody else now, because my decision's been made.
Lord Vilcus, you are the man on the spot. What? This is a terrible intro. My friends. What have you
Again,
decided?
we're not your friends.
And you
Stop
are
calling
not,
us your friends.
You are not helping your case to be my friend in the future. I am doing a really bad job of it.
Okay, enough with the friend thing. Just
Thing.
call us by our names or something.
Very
we have
well.
names. Call Bedlam.
Very well. Tinker Lady, tell me.
I also have a name.
Leather Pants Man.
What did you say?
You hear cackling from Elrohir's direction.
Wait, Nexa, what did you say?
Leather pants, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, what is it you require of me, O great bard?
What did you say? My internet cut out.
I said, he asked, what do you require of him?
Nope.
Oh, he asked, what do you require of him?
What do I require of you?
Yes.
Like when you said leather pants man, were you trying to get his attention?
No, you was
Uh-oh.
just calling everyone by titles again. So I was saying, call him Leather Pants Man.
Good
Very
point.
nice.
I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, so what? What do you want?
This is-
Okay.
This is socially awkward. Just go with it. Come on.
Vilcus is gonna be like, okay. You wanted to come and get our answer as to what we're gonna do. Yes?
Yes.
Basically, our answer is we want to meet with the wizard that Elrohir
You got it.
said you mentioned could come and meet us.
Jabez.
Yes, Jabez. We want to meet with Jabez to discuss further, basically, before we sign our lives away on a potential suicide mission.
I
But
understand.
we are not completely spurning your offer.
I understand. I will return to the mages of Malambard and see what I can do to delay their attack.
Why now are they attacking?
Because they wish to.
Why not in the last 6 months? What's changed since then?
Because now it's coming up to the harrowing days in the fall. It's the perfect opportunity.
Is that
Yep.
the reason?
Yeah, well, also there's the whole colliding of the planes, which would have given them a
Made it
great
easier to
deal
summon
of
creatures,
power.
Yes, I know I've certainly gained extra power from these planes colliding.
Okay. Cool. So we're decided on that. You're not gonna like. Okay. Also, what are you talking about? Like, it's life or death. Like,
It is life or death. They will rain down destruction on this place.
yeah, but you want to kill us?
I would not kill you, but the mages would. If I would say that it would be destruction on a scale unknown.
Okay. So why all of a sudden do you like us? Like all of a sudden, because you kind of hated us. As
Because he has
years
need
ago.
of us.
Because we're useful.
So find someone else.
You
How
are-
many of these mages are there?
Some say there is one. Some say there is many as 20.
And
As
you
soon as
said
I
you
can
had
talk
dealings
to
with them.
I
You
have-
should know.
I have only had dealings with one of them.
That being.
He goes by the name of Cress.
That's a terrible name.
And
The
he's never
DM was
mentioned
making that decision as it came up.
Yes.
any other person ever?
Does the name sound familiar to any of us?
Yeah.
It sounds remarkably familiar, but not quite the same as the name he told you last night.
Oh, he said
Last night he said
Crow.
Krell.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering
So,
anything.
instantly,
Somebody call him out on that because I wasn't there.
I thought you said he was Crow. Wait,
Krell.
was I
Yes, thank you. His name was Krell.
That's what
Yeah,
it's
no.
That's not a
Okay.
Makes sense what it is.
Dave!
20, not natural.
25.
He's still
Yeah.
hard to read, but it looks like you cut him out a little bit. He's still...
Natural 20.
Oh,
You
girlfriend.
see through the draconic facade. He is lying about this guy's name, if that only.
Bull shit. Cough up or we walk.
Tress is gonna.
I have told you all I know.
No, you haven't.
Is this an intimidation thing?
I'm gonna back her up with an intimidation.
Yeah, I can let her make that roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the pepper box and kind of just do the twirl thing.
I agree.
Since I have a whopping -3 to all charisma checks.
I'm licking the bomb.
you look at
Did she get advantage?
Because-
yes.
Because I have no idea how to be intimidating.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes at all of you people.
Kezral's like shooting a baby with one hand while pointing a sword with the other.
These kids are gonna grow up really weird.
Like playing with a bottle with like a jar of bullets.
What did you get, Harley?
That's a 41.
Oh my god!
Your cheese!
You intimidate. If I use diplomacy,
The dragon pees himself.
Like a little puddle.
cough it up now.
You're very good at what you do.
I know. Move on.
These men have foul plots to overthrow the empire that I have invested much in. I wish to watch my investment. I have a good thing going. We could
that
be
is?
very, very mutually beneficial to each other in the future. Vilkus, think of how far you could extend your rule with my power, with my money.
Okay, shush. That's not what I asked you.
I know that these men will stop at nothing.
Who are they?
A name. Give us a name.
I don't know their names.
Then
Have you
why'd
met
you
with
take
any of them?
And yet you had have the influence to get him to stop from attacking so early. That seems so likely.
I don't know when they are going to attack. But I know they have designs for this place.
How?
What are these designs?
They have designs about the graveyards to the north.
Okay, how do you know?
Ah,
How do you know any
necromancy.
of this now?
Wait, the graveyard. What graveyards?
The barrows.
Remember when we were like,
Oh, no,
we were at anathema that one time?
Oh, right.
And the priest
Okay.
of Dargan and Quizak's tomb,
Yeah, all that.
which has the tunnel that goes to the Underdark.
Oh, great. Are they interested in Quizak too?
I do not know who this Quizak Thunderwit, the Kingslayer.
Yeah.
I would assume so. I mean, he is a warrior of great caliber.
How do you know this? Have you actually talked to anybody, or are you not? You BSing that one
I talked to
too?
Jabez, that is all I know.
Is Jabez one of the actual wizards?
I don't know if he is one of them or if he is a mediator
Informant?
for them.
See if
And you don't know
can-
when they're going to attack.
No.
You just decided arbitrarily on 3 days.
I suspect they will act very soon. And I think that you should act as soon as possible too.
Why do you expect that?
Because they are growing in power and the narrow days are near. It is the 14th of October today. The narrow day starts on the 18th. When the plains
So we better book it.
are their narrowest.
So, still full of crap. Good to know. So what can you actually offer us other than a whole bunch of hot air? Because that's basically all you've got so far. Why should we have... I don't see any reason to actually help you protect your investment. The only thing that we really seem to need to worry about is the wizards themselves for the safety of the entire nation. Helping you doesn't have to be anywhere near our priority list. So what's in it for us from you?
And don't say money.
Power.
Do any of us look like we care? Other than maybe Vilkus. We literally live in, like, an inn, and this, and
Most
no,
of us live
we're
above
nomads.
small storefronts.
Yeah.
We literally run away from power, from taking any sort of power, because none of us want the responsibility. Try again.
You could rule this empire with my money.
What part of
we don't
care? Do you not understand? You're
Get it
such
through
a
your
politician.
thick skull.
He's a politician. That's the only thing that he knows is power and wanting power. Please, try again.
Draconic
Because-
again. Knowledge?
Is power. He finishes in Draconic.
Okay, can you guys stop having side conversations? Seriously. You guys can do that literally any other time. I want to know what you actually have to offer that's worth any of our time or our lives.
Kazroth turns away and says, he says that knowledge is power, in case you're wondering.
Okay, well that's semi-useful, but there's also libraries all across the Empire. Somehow I doubt that yours is so impressive that we can't go to somebody else's library.
Not just the libraries, but the knowledge of dragons is actually far superior to that of any other race.
Okay, that's fair.
What do you have to offer us that we want, that would prevent us from, say, just finding you and killing you and taking your lair instead? I mean, your horde.
The head of anathema.
If we can take you out, do you think we can't take her?
Protection from the mages.
If we can take you
can't
out, do you
even-
think
we
we
can't
need your
take them?
protection?
You also have no information about them. You don't know anything about them. You can't protect us if you can't even protect yourself. You came to us for help to protect you. You definitely can't protect us from them.
They must be stopped before they
You
come
have
for you
laid-
too.
You have laid your cards on the table and they've come up bare. You have nothing.
Thanks for the tip.
You all will regret this.
We will meet your wizard. But we do not say we will go any further.
Lord Vilkas, if you value your land, your power, your wife, your children, heed my counsel.
Triss is going to cock the gun. You threaten them one more time, I will blow your head off.
I am not threatening
He's an
them, I am
illusion.
warning them of a threat.
Choose
No,
your words
you're
very
muted.
wisely.
Go on. That was purposefully just a gesture. He was mid-sentence when he was
If you
interrupted.
value them, heed the wizard's warning. Do as he says. New and terrible things are coming. And you are too blind to see them before they consume you. Do not
So
forget
just-
that I gave you an opportunity to do so.
Just for the record, we haven't necessarily said we won't take a deal. We're simply saying that what you provided so far is insufficient.
Nobody said that we wouldn't look into it. And honestly, it seems like we can take care of this without your help. Nobody said that we're going to leave the place unprotected. Just don't expect us to cover your ass.
As my friend so eloquently said, we don't need you.
We
So-
see nothing that will stop you from turning on us as soon as we're weakened. No matter what way this plays out.
You're a dragon. Surely you have something else up your sleeve.
I have cards that I don't wish to use, but I may.
Fine. We're going to go talk to the wizard. How about we give you the time that it takes us to go there and come back to think about it? You come up with something good, maybe we'll hear you out.
We're off to see the wizard.
What are we just gonna do?
Angry. I love how we can all, this whole group can just go from like angry interrogations to happy songs.
We're off to see the wizard.
Literally.
The wonderful wizard of Ania. Whatever.
Anya?
because.
That's the horrible things he does.
Yep.
Very well. I will leave you to make your decisions. Make your peace.
No. We're leaving you to make a decision.
And find something that's worth our time.
Do you want to call or fold?
I don't think those are the right words.
Elric here is smart, but he doesn't play games. Just go with it.
I will call your bluff.
Is it a
What
bluff, though?
bluff?
Just curiosity, DM, do we know how old he is?
How old Diaz is?
Yeah, do we have an idea of the magnitude of dragon that we're dealing with at this point?
Eliseth, make a knowledge nature check.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, we've all seen him.
We've all seen him.
29.
29.
What did you get?
You've only seen the dragon form of Admiral Diaz once. You think.
This is a DC 30.
He was smaller
Okay.
than he was
so-
smaller than Berendir, and Berendir seemed to be kind of kicking his butt until he escaped through the portal.
That's true.
And Berendir was about 2,000, right?
Berendir was about 2,000. Berendir
would be a classification of what for dragons?
Berendir would be ancient.
So he's probably an adult. Right.
Maybe an old.
Or old. Maybe not. I don't know.
You have no idea what these
Guys,
terms mean. I mean, he seems a little less badass than Berendir.
Berendir, who we can't contact still.
Berendir, who you can't get in touch with.
We really need to find something to help us scry.
I'm gonna like wave my hand dismissively and say, I'm done with this. We have a wizard to see, and stand up to go start preparing.
Yeah, come back in a few
What is
days.
this Cry stuff?
If you ignore me and abandon me, you do so to your own
We're
downfall.
not ignoring. Okay, listen very carefully, because I'm not going to explain this.
Wow,
to
you have a touchy ego.
We're not ignoring you. The ball is in your court. You have, what, 6 days? 6 days, a week to think and come up with something that is worthwhile. We will choose to go about this the way that we see is fit. You, if you want to have any sort of part of this, will actually come up with something that is worthwhile our time.
Remember,
Until
you
then,
came to us asking for help.
yes, until then, please leave. We need to get ready to go and actually take care of this mess that you seem too incapable of taking care of yourself.
Ah!
We appreciate your efforts to delay the attack.
And he
And as I'm
disappears.
saying that, he disappears. So
Yes.
difference.
I appreciate your...
Jokas is just gonna say, you all. It's a good thing you aren't in politics.
This is why we're not in politics,
Let's put it
Vilcus.
this way:
Also-
it's a good thing that Elra here's not even a professor.
Yeah, there's a reason we're not in politics, Vilcus. Oh, Alina, please don't dump them on the floor. Thank you. She's gonna rescue her jar of bullets and put it back. Come here, you. And also put the safety back on the gun that she's kind of waving around here.
Point of fact, Vilcus, your primary job for most of your life has been beating things with a sword, so...
Yeah, that's also true.
That's true.
But I feel like we
No.
would make a very good political team.
You would. You'd work well.
I feel like
None of
Nexa
us
in
would.
politics would be terrifying.
Awesome.
Oh god, next in
That would
politics.
be the next carrots.
Yeah,
don't want me
but
to be
Paris
politician.
is successful.
Would you say, Harley?
Oh, damn.
You don't want me to be a politician.
Yeah, no, we don't.
So,
Okay.
he's bluffed, and
He's got nothing. I mean, okay, I won't say that he's got nothing.
he's been trying to use fear to bluff his way through this.
Despite the fact that he has absolutely nothing. He's literally just trying to scare us into helping him. However, we've exposed him. The things that he would
But
possibly...
it's probably true that we have to deal with the wizards.
No, we do, and I'm not
Okay.
saying that we're not going to. I'm just saying, like I said, we're not under any sort of obligation to help to like try and cover his butt.
The only other thing I'm going to say is, if we're going to deal with the wizards anyway, we want to get something out of it. We can always deal with the wizards, take his reward, and then go kill him.
Oh, I forgot to ask him if the wizards
Sounds
were
so
planning
awfully
to
good,
invade
though.
by sea.
Wait, what'd you say?
Can I metagame and say before he left that I wanted to ask whether the wizards were invading by sea or if they were bamfing in?
You didn't ask it then.
Yeah.
Can I try to use the mental connection that I had with him before to ask?
You could certainly try.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's not so happy with us right now, but
Yeah. So, like, there's things that... Oh, sorry.
Over here, you just hear a long, drawn out.
Wow.
So the group
So
the group is
mature.
informed of this, and I tell them I don't think he really wants us to know.
Chris is gonna, like, kind of die laughing. Okay, in terms of things that he could actually offer, though, I think he could do some looking into the the Berendir situation for us, and he could probably help with scrying stuff. So there's things that he can offer us, but I wasn't going to suggest them for him. He should be able to come up with some things himself.
we can always just add on demands if it's not enough.
Exactly. I like this.
I do like the idea of him taking care of Anathema for us, though.
I do too.
I wanted to do it.
But why
myself.
would he turn on her all of a sudden?
Because she's not worth whatever his final plans are. He can she's expendable enough that he can find something to fill her shoes.
Why were they together anyway? That's what I want to know.
Because they were both working on the same side to try and get what's-his-face into the Empirehood. Empirehood. Wow! I can do words, guys!
Wait, Lucius sent it. What was
Yeah.
it? Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But Lucius is dead now, so that's not a thing. Okay.
And from the corner, you hear gasping, and I don't think I've ever asked this, but I need a drink. Because Elro here is generally terrified all the time, and the amount of, like, non-terrified things he just said, they kind of push the limit.
Vita's gonna go clap him on the back and give him a thumbs up.
All right. That's all I
Alright.
wanted to do.
And that is
So.
where we are going to wind up for tonight. For those of you that turned in, the 5 of you who did, you're fabulous people. Have a fantastic and wonderful night. Please let us know in the comments, do you like the split screen better, or do you like the main screen? I actually kind of like the split screen better. I might mess around with the ratios, but I liked it a lot. I think we went pretty well. I know we didn't get to kill anything tonight, which kind of sucks, but hey, it's our first time back in this game after many months.
About what
We
we're
argued the
gonna
whole
do.
time.
And we argued
Either
the
with
whole
each other or with the dragon.
So,
I feel like every time it's just we argue for such a long time about what we're going to do instead of actually doing something.
Yeah, we
We're
should
all
put
thinkers.
on that.
yes. Alright, so I will bid you all a good evening, Internet, from the staff of Crypt Bunny. That would be me and the lovely Gabrielle.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. Alright.
Come back next
Come back.
weekend.
Yes, next
Come
weekend.
back for our next show.
On the next episode, will the heroes have dessert after lunch?
And will they get around to visiting the wizard?
Well, see
Well,
you
regardless,
later.
Good
Heroes
night.
will not be having dessert because I already had too much sugar.
True.
Will they pay attention to the man behind the curtain?
I am
Alright, good
not
night,
here.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.